Hi everyone. So in this video we are going to cover GATE 2018 aptitude PYQs from all these branches. Branch name are written here. So every single PYQ is covered from EC, electrical, instrumentation, mechanical, civil. So this video will be helpful for all the branches, and I'm planning to bring for 2019 to 2023 as well, but that depends on your response. So why we are doing so? Because for aptitude, if you can solve the PYQs for 2018 to 2023 for all the branches, then it will be more than enough for you. Just solve the PYQs of 2018 to 2023, but for all the branches, not for your specific branch, but for all the branches. Okay. And in this video, the best part is that I am giving the problem solving approach. I am not just telling the final solution. I am just telling how would you have approached the problem if you didn't know the method. That also I have told. How to approach the English question, how to approach the synonym antonym question, that also I have given here. So what should be the approach? Okay. And this would be a very helpful video. Just watch till the end. You will learn a lot of new things. And what is our target? We are targeting at least 1K views in next 24 hours. That is possible, right? Because this video will be helpful for all the branches. So at least this much of uh, reward is possible, right? Since I have put a lot of effort, this will be around 4 hours marathon. So I'm expecting this much thing from you, and we are nearly having 2.11K subscriber on our channel. So if we get 200 subs from this video, that would mean a lot to us. So I hope you will be giving us that much of reward for sure. And we have uploaded around 100 videos, and everything we are providing, from guidance to challenging questions to everything. So everything is there on this channel. We are also coming live on weekends. So we are doing everything. Just try to share it with your friends and juniors or senior, so that we also get motivation to make the videos. So let's move on to our concepts now, from our questions now. So we will be solving question one by one. Hi everyone. So let's start with GATE 2018. So we will be solving from 2018 to 2023. Okay. So these are the questions. I have written the question. Now I will not tell you this question came in which branch. Okay. It can be from electrical, it can be from EC, it can be from mechanical, it can be from aerospace engineering, it can be from agriculture, anywhere. Okay. If I tell you if this is from electrical, the civil guys will skip this video. And if I tell you this is from civil, electrical guys will skip this video. But this should not happen. If you are solving aptitude, all your questions are important, whether it is from mechanical, whether it is from civil or any other branch. So let's start. Just take it as a question. Don't think it was in electrical or civil or anything. Just take it as a question and solve it. Okay. Let's start. So first portion is English. So in English, there will be easy question only. In previous years, like 2004, 2005, you may see there were a bit of complex question, and no one was able to solve it actually. Okay, a few guys only will be able to solve those. So currently, nowadays, they are making only easy question from English portion. Okay, they will not make tough questions. So this one is easy only, like basic English. If you know, you would be able to solve these questions, right? So the line written is, the dress complimented her so well that they all immediately complimented her on her appearance. So what do I mean by this complimented? This complimented is like to complete someone. To complete someone. Have you heard of the term complementary angle? Like what is the complementary angle of angle 40°? That would be 50°. Like two angles combined will make 90° angle. That is what we call complementary angle. So someone that completes someone. So the dress complimented her so well. So this would come initially, and that they all immediately complimented her. This compliment means to praise or admire, right? To praise or admire. And this you can say to complete someone, to complete something. Okay. So the dress was so nice that everyone admired that girl. Okay. So this was the first question. And the second one, the judge standing in the legal community, though shaken by false allegation of wrongdoing, remained. Now, what do you understand by this line? That the judge is unbiased here. The judge standing in the legal community, though means yadyapi. In Hindi, we call that yadyapi. That means there were a lot of false allegation. Still, the judge was unbiased. And what is the synonym of unbiased here? Undiminished. That means, like, these false allegation was not enough for them to make the judge biased. Okay, so he was undiminished there. Okay, so the judge standing in the legal community, though shaken by the false allegation of wrongdoing, remained undiminished. So this option was correct, and here this option was correct. Now this is a basic aptitude question only. So what would come here? That they are asking. So B, C, then one gap is there, that is D. Then they are writing B, C, D, E. Okay, two gaps are there, D, E. Then they are writing F, G, H, then I, J, K. Three gap is there. Then they are writing L, M, N, O. Then L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Four gap will be there. Two gaps, three gap, four gap will be there. Then from T it would start. So this is the answer, T, U, V, W, X. Okay, well and good, very easy question. Let's move on to the next problem. So this is a good problem. Now there can be two approaches how I would have solved in the exam. Let's see that. Okay, so the parameter of circle, square and equilateral triangle are equal. So the parameter of all three are equal. What do you mean by parameter? Let's assume I give you a wire. I give you a wire of 10 meter, and then I tell you from that wire make a square, make a equilateral triangle and make a circle. I have given you a wire of a certain parameter. I have given you a wire of 10 meter, and I am asking you to make a square, circle and equilateral triangle. So all these three shapes, all these three shapes will be of same parameter, right? Because the wire given is of 10 meter only, right? This is the wire that I am having. So let's assume I am having a wire of 12 meter. So from that I am making a, first I am making a square. First I am making a square. So from 12 meter I am making a square. So what would be the size of one side? That would be 3 meter, right? 3, 3, 3, 3. Then I am making a triangle, equilateral triangle, right? Equilateral triangle it is. So it should look like that only. Okay. So what would be the size of one side? That would be 4 meter, right? 4, 4, 4. And then I am making a circle. Making a circle. Okay, then I am making this circle. So the parameter is perimeter, whatever it is. The perimeter is 2 pi r, that is 12. So r would be 6 by pi. R would be 6 by pi. R would be 6 by pi meter. Okay, so what is the area of this? Area a square, that would be 9 meter square. What is the area of this? That is root 3 by 4 a square, right? So that would be 4 into root 3. .92 meter square. And what would be the area of this? That would be pi r square. That would be pi r square. That means 36 by pi square. So basically it would be 36 by pi. 36 by pi. So 11.45 meter square. Okay. So the max is circle, then square, and then triangle, right? The circle has the largest area. So this is the approach that we can use. Or you can think that first how you can solve it, that the perimeter of circle. What is the perimeter of circle? That is 2 pi r. That is equals to perimeter of a square. What is the perimeter of a square? That is 4a. And that would be equals to perimeter of a equilateral triangle. What is the perimeter of the equilateral triangle? That would be 3b. So find the relation between r, a and b. Okay, from here you can find the relation. Then you can calculate their area. That would be pi r square, a square, and 3 by 4 b square. Now you will write r in terms of a, you will write b in terms of a. Okay, r in terms of a and b in terms of a. So here r will be replaced with something in terms of a, and b will be replaced with something in terms of a. Then you can compare. So this is also you can use. But this is the exam where we will be solving by the options. So we need to use our brain. Same parameter means only a single wire is there. From that wire only you are making the structures. So if I am giving you a why did I took 12 meter here? Can anyone tell why did I took 12 meter? Because this will have 4 side and this will have 3 side. LCM of 4 and 3, 12. So that I can divide it in equal proportion. If I had taken 10 and 10 would be given to the 3 side. So one side would be of 10 by 3. So that would make my calculation complex, right? And if I had taken any other value, that would make my calculation complex. That's why I took the value 12 meter. Got my point? Okay. Let's move on to the next problem. So this is a very standard problem. In many competition exam, this kind of question are asked. Okay, very standard problem. So you have to find the value of this expression. So this is written 1 plus log u vw. In 11th 12th class, you must have already solved these kind of problems, right? So now what you can do, you can replace the 1 with log u and u, with base u and the value in bracket, that would be u, plus log base u vw. Now log a plus log b, so that would be log u vw. Log a plus log b is log a into b. Log a plus log b is equals to log a into b. Okay, so similarly in this way you could write log u vw 1 upon log v vw. Again, why so? Because here you would write log v plus log v wu. So basically log v wu into v. This would be written, right? Plus 1 upon log w u vw. Okay, now if this would go upward, what will happen? The value in bracket would come in base and the value in base would go to bracket, plus log value in bracket would come to base, plus log u vw value in base would go to bracket. Now this is log a plus log b plus log c. So it would become log u vw that would be equals to 1. Getting my point? Log a. What is the value of log a? That would be 1 only. So yeah, this is the answer 1. Okay, very standard problem. This is a very standard problem. So answer is 1. Let's move on to the next problem. That is, yeah. So this is also a very good problem. So 40 students watched films A, B and C over a week. Each student watched either only 1 film or 3 films. This is a very important line. Now all of you must have got to know that this problem is based on Venn diagram, right? But I will tell you, never ever remember the formula of Venn diagram. I will just tell you a very good method here. From that you can solve any problem of Venn diagram, any problem. Okay, so we will see that method. Okay, now it is given that 13 students watched the film A, 16 students watched the film B and 19 students watched the film C. Okay, so let's make our Venn diagram. So this is how you will be solving the problems of Venn diagram. You don't need to remember any formula, any single formula. This is the way we will solve all the problems. So 3 blocks are there, A, B and C. We will make all these 3 blocks. Total 40 students are there. Now they are saying that 13 students watched film A. So if I am writing 13 students watched film A, that means this would be there, this would be there, this would be there. Let's call this one as A, this one as B, this one as C. If I am saying 13 students are watching film A, so if I am talking about A, that means I am talking about this and this. But these two will not be there, right? Because there is no guy who watched 2 films. In the line you can see that each student watched either of only 1 film or all 3. Now this portion says that the guy is watching A and B, but not C. This portion says that the guy is watching A and C, but not B. This portion says that the guy is watching B and C, but not A. So these 3 will be empty all the time. Why they will be empty? because there is no guy who will watch 2 movies. Either he will watch 1 movie or 3 movies. Okay. So if I am saying these 13 guys, that means I am talking about these two, this one and this one. And if I am saying these 16 guys are watching film B, that means I am talking about this and this. And if I am saying that these 19 students have watched film C, that means I am talking about this and this. Are you getting my point? So these students are there who watched all the 3 films. Okay, but they are added 3 times. Now what I am saying, if I am writing this value, 19 plus 13 plus 16 plus 19. 13 plus 16 plus 19. I am writing 13 plus 16 plus 19. If I am writing this value, what it would be? 13 plus 16 plus 19. It would be 48. So in 48, what is coming? Those guys who watched only one movie. Those guys who watched only one movie. These guys plus 3 times of those guys who watched all 3 movies. Those guys who watched 1 movie plus 3 times of all these guys who watched all 3 movies. Are you getting my point? What is 13? In 13, you will say there will be those guys who watched only movie A plus those guys who watched all 3 movies. Right? What you will see in 16, what you will see? There will be those guys who watched only movie B and those guys who watched all 3 movies. In 19, what you will say? Those guys who watched only movie C plus those guys who watched all 3 movies. Right? Okay. Okay, so I can write A plus X plus B plus X plus C plus X is equals to 48. So I would write A plus B plus C plus 3X equals to 48. Now can you tell me one thing, what is this 40? So there are total of 40 students and everyone watching some movie. It's not that no one is watching no movie. Like if you are one of the 40 students, you are at least watching 1 movie or 3 movies. It's not that you are not watching any movie. So tell me one thing, this is equation 1. Can you say that A plus B plus C plus X would be 40? Did you understand this point? What is A? What is A actually? Student who watched only movie A. Student who watched movie only A. And what will be small b? Student who watched only movie B. What will be small c? Student who watched only movie C. And in this one, these are added 3 times. But there would be student who watched only movie A, there would be student who watched only movie B, there would be student who watched only movie C, and there would be student who watched all 3 movies. All those combined will give you 40. Right? What is X? Those who watched all 3 movies. All 3 movies. So those who watched one movies plus those who watched all 3 movies will give you 40. So there are total 40 students. Right? So from there you can calculate the value of X. That would become 4. So there are 4 students. There are 4 students who watched all 3 movies. Are you getting my point? So there are 4 students who watched all 3 movies. There are 9 students who watched only movie A. There are 12 students who watched only movie B. And there are 15 students who watched only movie C. 9 only A, 12 only B, and 15 only C. Plus 4 who watched all 3 movies. So all these combined will give you 40. Did you understand the problem? So this is how we will be solving. If you apply a formula and all, you will never be able to solve this problem. This was a very good problem because this was empty here. all these were empty. Okay, so that's how we can solve the problem with Venn diagram. If you start solving your problem with the Venn diagram, it would be very easy. In exam, you would be able to recollect it very quickly, and very quickly you will be able to solve this problem in the exam. So that's why I took this problem. Okay, yeah. So let's move on to the. So let's see this question now. This is also a very good question. So a wire would enclose an area of 1936 meter square if it is bent into a square. So you have a wire. So let's assume this is your wire. This is your wire. This is your wire. Now you bent it into a square. Okay, now you bent it into a square. So that would give you an area of 1936 meter square. Okay, area of 1936 meter square. Okay, so tell me what will be the side of, what will be the length of the side? That would be a square by 1936 meter square. So a would be 44 meter. So a would be 44 meter. That means the length of this complete wire, was 44 into 4, right? 44 into 4. 176 meter you had. 176 meter. This was 176 meter. 44 into 4. This was 176 meter. Okay. Now it is cut into two pieces. The longer piece is thrice as long as the shorter piece. Okay. Now this wire is cut into two pieces. This wire is cut into two pieces. So the longer piece will be 3 times of the shorter piece. That means you have to cut it into 3:1, right? So 176 into 3 by 4, and shorter piece 176 into 1 by 4, right? By 4. So that would be 44, and the next would be 44 into 3, basically 132 meter. Now from the long and the short piece are bent into a square and a circle respectively. So from this you are making a square, and from this you are making a circle, right? From this you are making a square from 132 meter. So what will be the length of one of the side? 132 by 4, right? You have a wire of 132 meter, you bent it into a square now. So what will be the length of one of the side? 132 by 4. Although I could have done it quickly as well, I did not need to use calculator. 132 by 4, very easy, 33 meter only. Okay, so this is the square, and what you need to find, which of the following choices is the closest sum of the areas enclosed by two pieces in square meter. So what is the area of this? 33 square. So that would be, area would be 1089 meter square, plus you have a circle. From this one you are making a circle. So what will be the radius? 2 pi r would be equals to 44, right? So r would be equals to 22 by pi. You have a wire of 44 meter, you are making a circle from that. So 2 pi r is equals to 44. So r would be equals to 22 by pi. So 22 by pi. R would be equals to 22 by pi. So you have to calculate the area. So it would be pi r square. 154. So that would be, the area I am getting here is nearly 154 plus 1089. Okay, so this is 154 meter square, and if I add these two, 154 plus 1089, I get this 1243. Okay, so kind of easy question only. You are getting 2 marks for that. You have a wire, you make a square, one side is there. Okay, you got to know the length of one side, then longer piece you could know, then shorter piece you could know, then you bend them into a square, you get the area, you bend them into a circle, you get the area, add them up, your final answer is there. Okay, well and good. Let's move on to the next problem. This is also a good problem. I wouldn't say this is tough, but a good problem is there. And before solving, let me tell you, none of the answer is correct here. Okay, let's add option E. So I will write down the final answer after that. Okay, so none of the answer is correct. So this was empty actually, it was marks to all. Everyone was given marks in this one when it came in during the exam. Okay, so let's solve this problem. A contract is to be completed in 52 days and 125 identical robots were employed, each operational for 7 hours a day. Okay, look, there are 125 workers and everyone works for 7 hours a day, right? So, and that has to be completed in 52 days. The work has to be completed in 52 days. Like, they know that the work can be completed in 52 days. Okay, and now after 39 days 5/7 of the work is completed. How many additional robots would be required to complete the work on time if each robot now operational for 8 hours a day? Okay, so after 39 days, how many hours of work is done? How many hours of work is done? Hours of work is done in 39 days. How many hours of work is done? 39 days. Okay, every day 125 robots were there and each robot were working for 7 hours. So this many hours of work was done, right? 39 into 125 into 7. 125 robots were there, each was working for 7 hours and they worked for 39 days. So 3 4 1 2 5 hours. So this much of hours of work is done. Now they are saying that it is 5/7 of the work. This work is 5/7 of the work. Let's assume I am saying that uh, in 75 hours I have done 3/4 of my work. In 75 hours I have done 3/4 of my work. So to complete this work, how much hours I would take to complete? Let's assume I take X hour. Okay, and 3/4 of this part is equals to 75, right? So X value I will get is 100 hours. So my work was of 100 hours. In 75 hours I have done 3/4 work. Well and good. So what I can say, the work was of X hours. The work was of X hours. In this much of hours, how much work was done? 5/7. So 5/7 work was done in this much of hours. So the work would take total how many hours? 3 4 1 2 5 into 7 by 5 into 7 by 5. So the work would total take this much of hours to be completed. The work would take this much of hours to be completed. The work will require 47775 hours of work. Okay, so you need to work this much of hours. So this much of hours you have already worked. So how much hours are left? To add a page. Okay, it's already there. So hours done is 34125. Hours left, that would be 47775 minus 34125 minus 34125. So 13650 hours are left. These much of hours are left. Okay, well and good. These much of hours are left. Okay, now we will add up some robots. First we had 7 robots. Now we will add up some robots. Let's assume we add Why more robots? Why more robots? So how many robots we have total? We have total of we have total of 7 plus y robots now. 7 plus y robots now. Okay, we have 7 plus y robots now. Now they have 13 days. 7 plus y robots have 13 days, and they will work for 8 hours a day. Look, this much robot we have, 7 plus y. They will work for every day. They will work for 13 hours. They have 13 days left. How 13 days? 52 minus 39. They have 13 days left, and all of them will work for 8 hours a day. And they need to get 13650 hours out of it. So this is the equation. Did you understand? They will work for 13 days, and every day they will work for 8 hours. So 13 into 8. This much of hours they are going to work. How many robots are there? 7 plus 5 robots are there. So 7 plus y into 13 into 8. So from there we will get the value of y. 13650 by 13 by 8 minus, wait a minute, what is the issue? Okay, this is not 7, we have 125 plus 5 robots. Sorry, this is 125. Really sorry, we have 125 robots. 125 plus 5 robots. From y value we are getting is minus 125. So 6.25. So at least 6.25 robots we need. So that means how many robots you will take? 7 robots. You can't say I will take 6 robots. If you take 6 robots, then what will happen? 131 into 13 into 8. 131 into 13 into 8. 131 into 13 into 8. Only 13624 hours of work will be done. But you need 13650. So 26 hours of done will be left. 26 hours of work will be left. So that you need to get done. So at least 7 robots you will take. Okay. So at least 7 robots you will take. So this is the answer. Okay. So our answer is 7 robots. Well and good. Let's move on to the next problem. This is simple aptitude problem. Okay. Simple aptitude problem. So nothing, no formula, nothing. Only your brain will be required here. So a house has a number which needs to be identified, and the following 3 statements are given that can help you in identifying the house number. Okay. So any of those options will be your house number. So if the house number is a multiple of 3, the number has to be from 50 to 59. So let's assume if 54 is my house number, he has to satisfy all these 3 statements. If my house number is 65, he has to satisfy all these 3 statements. If it is 66 or 76, he has to satisfy, this number has to satisfy all these statements. Okay, so let's take first 54. Let's take 54. Okay, I am assuming my house number is 54. So let's study the first statement. If the house number is a multiple of 3, 54 is a multiple of 3. Yes, it is. Okay, so house number is a multiple of 3. The number should be from 50 to 59. So it is satisfying statement 1. Statement is satisfying statement 1. Statement 1, it is satisfying. Okay, let's talk about statement 2. If the house is not a multiple of 4, it's a multiple of 4? No, it is not a multiple of 4. Okay, so if the house number is not a multiple of 4, then it has to be from 60 to 69. But this is, the 54 wouldn't come between 60 to 69. So it is not satisfying statement 2. If the house number is not a multiple of 4, 54 is a multiple of 4? No, it is not. So 54 is not a multiple of 4. If the house number is not a multiple of 4, it has to be there between 60 to 69. But this is not there between 60 to 69. Okay, so this is not satisfied. Let's take the option B, 65. If the house number is a multiple of 3, then it has to be from 50 to 59. 65 is a multiple of 3? No, it is not a multiple of 3. And neither it is from 50 to 59. So it is satisfying the statement 1 actually. Are you getting my point? It is satisfying the statement 1. Only if this was multiple of 3, then only it would be from 50 to 59. Are you getting my point? So it is not a multiple of 3. Okay. Now what about statement 2? If the house number is not a multiple of 4, 65 is a multiple of 4? No, it is not. Then it is a number from 60 to 69. Yeah, this is also being satisfied. 65 is not a multiple of 4, but still it is there, and it is there between 60 to 69. Now let's see the statement 3rd. If the house number is not a multiple of 6, 65 is a multiple of 6? No, it is not. The number has to be from 70 to 79. So it is not satisfying the 3rd statement, because this is not a multiple of 6, but it is from 60 to 69, not 70 to 79. Are you getting my point? Okay, well and good. So let's see the option D, because I know the answer. So directly I will see the option D. You can check for option C as well. Okay. So let's see for 76. This is a multiple of 3. No, it is not a multiple of 3. So statement 1 is satisfied. It is a multiple of 4. Yeah, it is a multiple of 4. This is a multiple of 4. So 76 is a multiple of 4. So it cannot be from 60 to 69. If it is a multiple of 4, then it cannot be from 60 to 69. So even statement 2 is satisfied. And 76 is not a multiple of 6. 76 is not a multiple of 6. So then the number has to be from 70 to 79. So yeah, this is there. Okay. So all these statements are satisfied for 76. Just use your brain, you will be able to write down. Okay. So let's move on to the next problem. So this was also a very good problem. So an unbiased coin is tossed 6 times in a row and 4 different such trials are conducted. One trial implies 6 tosses of the coin. So 6 times it is tossed. Okay. If head stands for head, H stands for head and T stands for tail, then the following observation are made. So following observation are made. Now which statement describing the last 2 coins tosses of the 4th trial has the highest probability of being correct? So this is our 4th trial. In every trial we are tossing the coin for 6 times. So first time we tossed the coin for 6 times. In first trial we tossed the coin for 6 times. We get head, tail, head, tail, head, tail. In the next time we get tail, tail, head, 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 tail. In the next time we get head, tail, tail, head, head, tail. So in 4 times we already have got head, head, head and tail. Now there are 2 lefts. These 2 are left. So here we can get head, 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 tail, tail, head, tail, tail. That means we can get 2 head, we can get 2 tail, we can get 1 head and 1 tail. 1 tail. So what is the probability of this? You get 1 head and 1 tail. Sorry, 1 head and 1 head. Like on both of the side you are having heads only. So 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. It would be 1 by 4. What is the probability of this? At one side you are having tail, again you are having tail. So 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. 1 by 4. What is the probability of this? What is the probability of this thing? What is the probability of this thing? 1 head or 1 tail. So how you can write? In first time I can get head and second time I can get tail, plus in first time I can get tail and second time I can get head. So first time I can get head 1 by 2. Second time I can get tail 1 by 2. Plus first time I can get tail, second time I can get head plus 1 by 2. So 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, that would be 1 by 2. So the most probability is 1 head and 1 tail. So 1 head and 1 tail will occur. 2 head and 2 tail will occur. 2 tail will occur, that would have the probability 1 by 4. 2 head will occur, that would have 1 by 4. 1 head and 1 tail will occur, that would have the probability of 1 by 2. 1 head will be followed by 1 tail. So at first time you necessarily need to have head only. At the first time you necessarily need to have head only, and in the second time you can have tail. So at first time you necessarily need to have head, so that means 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, that means this would also be 1 by 4. Are you getting my point? So this is our final answer, B option. Okay, this was a good question. Let's move on to next set. Okay, so now we will be starting with English. So when she fell down the stairs, so there are two words, stairs and stairs. This means stairs, सीढ़ियां, and this means to stair, घूरना. So we can write in the Hindi सीढ़ियां, and this means घूरना, to stare by the eyes, and stairs, that you know, right? So what do you think? What will come when she fell down the stairs? सीढ़ियों से गिरी, and then she received many stares, and like a lot of people will looking, but a little help, but no one helped her. Okay, she fell down from the stairs, but no one helped her. They were just looking at her. Okay, so stairs and stairs. Now this one, in spite of being warned repeatedly, he failed to correct his behavior. Look, if his behavior was good, why would he have been warned? Okay, they would not warn him if his behavior had been good. So his behavior was not good. His behavior was not good. Neither it was reasonable, neither it was rational. So his behavior was errant. Okay. So these kind of question you can drop actually. Like I would have been sure that reasonable wouldn't come there, good will not come there, and rational would not come there. So that's why I could mark errant. I didn't know the meaning of errant actually. When I saw this question, I did not know the meaning of errant, but I know one thing, that his behavior cannot be good or reasonable or rational, right? So it has to be something else. So then I can put mark on this errant. Okay. So the errant means not pleased, like the behavior that many people wouldn't like. Okay, so that means errant. So I would know that A, B, and D cannot be my answer, so I would put up option C. Okay, and if you don't know the meaning of A, B, and D as well, you shouldn't try this question. You can drop those. Okay, well and good. So this third question, very easy. From 0 to 2 pi, sin x and cos x both are decreasing in what interval? So you can draw the graph of both sinusoid and cosinusoid, sin x and cos x. This is my sin x, this is pi by 2, this is pi, and this is 3 pi by 2. So it is decreasing from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, right? And what about cosinusoid? This is 0, this is pi by 2, this is pi, this is 3 pi by 2, and this is 2 pi. So it is decreasing from 0 to pi. So what is the common part? That is pi by 2 to pi. So from pi by 2 to pi, it is also decreasing, and this is also decreasing, pi by 2 to pi. Okay, well and good. The area of an equilateral triangle is root 3. What is the perimeter of the triangle? Area is root 3. That means root 3 by 4, a square is equals to root 3. That means a is equals to 2. What would be the perimeter? 6. 2 into 3, 6. Now arrange the following 3-dimension object in descending order of their volumes. So you have to calculate the volume. What is the volume of a cuboid? What is the volume? Okay, let's assume any structure you are given. Any structure. So the volume would be the area of base. Volume is always defined area of base into height. Area of base into height. So a cuboid is there. What is the area of base? 10 into 8 into height, that is 6. So 10 into 8 into 6, that would be 480 meter cube. Cube area of base, that would be 8 into 8. What is the height? 8 only. So 8 cube. That would be 512, right? 8 into 8, 64 into 8. Yeah, 512. 512 meter cube. What is the area of a volume of a cylinder? Area of base. What is the area of base? Pi r square into height. Pi into 7 square into 7. So 7 cube it would be. That I need to calculate. 7 cube into pi. 1077 meter cube. Nearly it is. And what is the area of sphere? Since there is no base, so you have to remember the area, volume. Since there is no base in the sphere, so you have to remember the formula of volume, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So 7 cube into pi into 4 by 3, that would be 1436.75 meter cube. This has the largest, then this is at second, this is at third, this is at fourth. So you have to write in the descending order. So this would be the answer. 4 has the largest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, well and good. Let's move on to the next problem. So this kind of standard question. This is also a standard question which we have studied in 11th 12th class. So an automobile travels from a city from A to B. Let's assume this is city A, this is city B. So they are traveling from city A to city B. Let's assume the distance is d in between them. Okay, and they returns to city A by the same route. So the speed of the vehicle during the onward and return journeys were constant at 60 kmph and 90 kmph. Okay, while going it was 60 kmph and while returning it was 90 kmph. So the average speed. What is the formula of speed? Whatever they ask, just write it. Speed, distance upon time. That's it. Distance upon time. So tell me, what is the total distance they covered? Went d and came back d, 2d. Tell me how much time it would take. First they were going with 60 kmph. That means 60 kmph they were going. That means what would be the time? Time would be distance upon speed. Time would be distance upon speed. Distance they covered was 60 and speed would be, so the distance they covered was d and speed was 60. And while returning, the distance they covered was 60, the speed was 90. The distance they covered was d and the speed was 90. Okay, I'm really sorry. So how did you calculate the time? The distance divided by the speed. The distance was d and the time was 60. While returning, distance was d, the time was 90. So d by 60 plus d by 90. 2 upon 1 by 60 plus 1 by 90. 60 reciprocal plus 90 reciprocal. Okay. Into 2. 72. Okay, if you solve this, you get 72. Actually, it will be like this. D and D will get cancelled. 1 by 60 plus 1 by 90. So it would be 72 kilometer per hour. So that was the average speed. Okay, your answer wouldn't be 60 plus 90 by 2. Okay, 75. This is wrong. Okay, the formula is distance upon time. That's it. Let's move on to the next problem. A set of 4 parallel lines intersect with another set of 5 parallel lines. How many parallelograms are formed? Okay, so a set of 4 parallel lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, intersect with another set of 5 parallel lines. Three, 4, 5. Okay, now how many parallelograms are framed? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that you can count. It will take a lot of time, but you can see one thing. What is that? From 4 lines you need at least 2 lines. From 4 lines you need 2 lines, any 2 lines. Let's just call this one as L1, L2, L3, L4, and this one as L. We have already got M1. We can take M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. So let's assume I take L1 and L3. So 4C2 into, and from here as well I can take any two. Let's assume I take M1 and M5. So from 5 I can take any two. Basically I have these 2 lines and these 2 lines. So to make a parallelogram you need 2 lines plus 2 lines. 2 lines and 2 lines, sorry. You need 2 lines. From these 4 lines you can take any 2 lines, and from these 5 lines you can take any 2 lines. So and is there, so multiplication is there. Now why did I write combination? Why did not I write permutation? Because in permutation there is an importance of order. In permutation there is an importance of order, right? But here there is no importance of the order, because if you take L1 L3 or L3 L1, both are same only. So that's why I take combination. Okay. So from 4 you need 2 lines, from 5 you need 2 lines. So 4C2 into 5C2. So what would be 4C2? So 4C2 would be 4 into 3 by 2. 5C2 would be 5 into 4 by 2. So 10 into 6. So 60. My answer would be 60. So this is my answer. Well and good. Let's move on to the next problem. Okay, this is a very good problem. So let's read it. You can pause the video and read the question. I will not read the complete question. So pause the video and read the question first. Okay. So a candidate needs to answer at least 2 out of 3 questions correctly. Okay. And a total of these many candidates appeared. So I would write, like, let's assume if they are writing 6,30,000. So this is 6.3 lakhs. 6.3 lakhs. So while solving the problem, I will write it 6.3 only. Okay. Just to tell you, while solving the problem, this I would write 2.6, this I would write 2.5, this I would write 3.3, this I would write 1, this I would write 0.9, this I would write 0.8. Okay. So now this is the question. Let's read the question one by one and let's make the Venn diagram, because everyone got to know this question is based on Venn diagram, but we will not remember any formula. We will just do the problem by simple concept. Okay. Now a total of these candidates appear in for the test. The question A was correctly answered by these many candidates. So A was answered by these many candidates. That means this, and this we are talking about. A was answered by 3.3 lakhs. 3.3. Now let's talk about B. B was answered by 2.5. So if we are talking about B, that means we are talking about this, and this. Okay, let's write down first. This is A, this is B, this is C. Okay, and if we are talking about C, that means this, and this. Well and good. So B was 2.5 and C was 2.6. C was 2.6 and B was 2.5. B was 2.5. 2.5. Okay. Both question A and B were answered correctly by 1 lakh. So now both A and B, that means this much of portion, that is correctly answered by 1 lakh only. But if I am adding, if I am writing 3.3 plus 2.5 plus 2.6. That means I am adding up all these things. But these many are 1 lakh only. This is 1 lakh only. So these many candidates are 1 lakh only. But if I am writing all these, that means I am adding up this 2 times. So I have to subtract 1 lakh. That means I have to cut one of the points. I have to cut one of the points. That means I have to cut this one. I'm cutting one of the points. Are you getting my point? I am adding 3.3 plus 2.5 plus 2.6. That means I am adding this one 2 times, this one 2 times, this one 2 times, this one 3 times. But if I am marking out one of the part, that means like this much of part is 1 lakh. This much of part is 1 lakh. And that I am marking it out. Well and good? Okay. And B and C were answered correctly by 0.9. B and C. B and C. So I can eradicate one of the part, B and C. So this part if I am eradicating, B and C. So minus 0.9. Okay. Then C and A was answered by 80,000. So this much part, this I can eradicate. A and C. A and C means this I can eradicate now. A and C. Minus 0.1. Now, in this, who all are there? In this much of calculation, who all are there? Those who answered A, those who answered B, those who answered C, those who answered A and B, those who answered A and C, those who answered B and C. But those are not there who answered all three. Who answered all three. And those also are not there who answered none. These are the guys who answered none. Are you getting my point? In this calculation, if you calculate this, 3.3 plus 2.5, why did I write 0.1? It was 0.8 now. This was 0.8, 2.7. So 3.3 plus 2.5 plus 2.6 minus 1 minus 1.7, 5.7. These guys are 5.7 lakhs. So these are those who attempted only option A, only A, only B, only C, both A and B, both A and C, both B and C. But those are not there who attempted all three and who attempted none. How many total students were there? Total was 6.3 lakh. Total was 6.3 lakhs. 6.3 lakhs. 6.3 lakh is equals to 5.7 plus those who attempted all. I will write it on next page. Total was 6.3 lakh. So here total was 6.3 lakhs. So 6.3 in 6.3, what would come? 5.7 plus those who attempted all. Those who attempted all plus those who attempted none. That would be equals to 6.3 lakhs. And one more statement is written, that is, if the number of students answering all the question correctly is the same as the number of students answering none. So how many students failed to clear the test? So here you could get to know that those who answered none was how much? 5.7 minus 6.3 minus 5.7, that would be 0.6 by 2. That means 30k. 30k students were there who answered none, because 30K was there who attempted all. Those who attempted all, they were also 30K. They were also 30K. And those who attempted none, they were also 30K. So these guys failed, right? These guys failed and these guys passed. Now, only these guys did not fail. There are more guys who failed. Who are those guys? Those who attempted only A. Those who attempted only B. And those who attempted only C. These guys also failed. Are you getting my point? Right? So, tell me one thing. In this complete circle, in these complete 3 circles, how many students are coming? 6 lakhs or 6.3 lakhs in these complete circles? There are 6 lakhs or 6.3 lakhs? There are 6 lakhs, right? Because here 0.3 lakhs are lying. Those who answered none. Sorry, yeah, those who answered none. And here, those 30,000 are lying, those who answered all. And here, those guys are lying who answered both of the questions, right? So let's make the diagram once more in the next page, and then I will just okay, I will move. Yeah, so this was the scene. So here 30K was there, those who answered all, right? Now those who answered A and B, both question A and B were answered by correctly by 1 lakh. So they were 1 lakh. They were 1 lakh. And for A and C, they were 80K, I guess. A and C, they were 80K and rest were 90K. So A and C, they were 80K and they were 90K, right? Now, if I'm writing 80K, 90K and 1 lakh like this, what is the issue here? I'm again adding up them for 3 times. So if A and C combined is 80K, I would write 50K here. A and C combined is 80K. That means I would write 50K here. So A and C combined is 80K now. Got my point? If B and C combined is 90K, that means I would write 60K here. So 60K covers this much of part. And rest 30K would cover this much of part. So 60K plus 60K plus 30K, 90K. And if I am writing this much, then these I will write 70K. So only these many students managed to pass the exam. Only these guys passed the exam. Okay. So out of 6.3, who passed the exam? Exam passed. Who passed the exam? Those who attempted 2 or more than 2. Here it is written, who will pass the exam? At least 2 questions. So 2 or more than 2. So who passed the exam? These guys. 70K plus 30K plus 50K plus 60K. That means 2.1 lakh. Those who failed, (6.3) minus 2.1, that would be 4.2 lakhs. So the answer is D. So if you solve by formulas and all those things, you will never be able to get to the final answer, right? That's why I always solve by Venn diagram. We just made the diagram, we keep on adding up, then we go to know what we added twice, what we added thrice, then we subtract them. Okay, then we got to know that 5.7 lakhs are those who answered A, only B, only C, or A and B, or A and C, or B and C. But those are not there who answered all, or those who answered none. So from there we got to know those who answered none was 30K, those who answered all was 30K. Okay, so this portion was 30K. Now I know that A and B combined was 1 lakh. So this portion has to be 70K. A and C combined is 80k, that means this has to be 50k, and B and C combined is 90k, that means this has to be 60k. So all these guys are those who managed to pass the exam. So 2.1 lakhs guys managed to pass the exam. So who failed? 4.2 lakhs. So this is how you will solve the question in the exam. Well and good. Let's move on to the next problem. This is also a standard problem, but a very good problem. We have to find the value of x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4. Okay. So before going there, we would see this part. So we would always see one thing, whether we are able to write it in terms of x plus 1 by x or x minus 1 by x. This is the thing that we need to see, because we will be able to write this as x plus 1 by x and some constant. Okay. So we want to write this one as x plus 1 by x or x minus 1 by x. So what I can do, I can take x as common. So this would become x plus 1 minus 1 by x is equals to 0. So x minus 1 by x would be equals to minus 1. Okay, this is equation 1, we can say. Now let's do the things with this one. X to the power 4 is there, sorry. X to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4. So what I can do, I can write it as like this: x plus 1 by x whole square square. So this would make a square plus b square plus 2ab. But I don't know this 2, so I will subtract 2 minus 2. So this would give me this only. Understood? Now I will write something with x square plus 1 by x square, but I need to write it in x minus 1 by x, not x plus 1 by x. So I will write x minus 1 by x whole square. Now what I would add or subtract, let's see. X square, let's expand this one. X square plus 1 by x square minus 2. So I will add plus 2 here, so that I get this one. So I would add plus 2 here and would square it minus 2. Now you can cross verify. X square plus 1 by x square minus 2. Minus 2 plus 2 will get cancelled, and then there is this square. Okay, so this would only become. Now you can solve this one. This one would come. So x minus 1 by x is minus 1 whole square plus 2 whole square minus 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 square 9 minus 2. So the answer would be 7. So here our answer is 7. Well and good. Let's move on to the next problem. So this was a very good problem. Okay, we just need a basic aptitude here. Basic, like, they are giving the relation between sales of cracker and birth of crow. Sales of cracker and birth of crow. So they have given this curve that in 2001, the dashed line is for crow, I guess. The solid line, okay, solid line is for cracker and dashed line is for crow. Okay, so what we can see here, that in 2001 this was the sale of cracker and this was the, these many crows were there. In 2003 this was the sale of cracker and these many crows were there, and in 2005 these many crows were there and these many crackers we sold, and in 2006 these many crows were there and these many crackers we sold. Okay, now let's read the option one by one. Crackers usage increases crow birth rate. Let's forget this option A. We will come to the option A later on. Let's read the option B now. Crackers uses increases crow birth rate. Look, by graph you can see that if we are increasing the use of crackers, then the birth of crows are also growing. But is it relevant? Like, अगर ज्यादा पटाखे चलाओगे तो ज्यादा क्रो पैदा होंगे, ऐसा हो सकता है? Like, if we are burning more crackers, it will make crows to make more babies. Okay, this cannot happen, right? So there is no relation between birth of a crow and using cracker. Like, no relation between birth of a crow and using crackers. Now if cracker sale declines, that means crow births will decline. If you are not using crackers, that means crows will not make babies. This is what it is saying. No use, no use. Increased birth rate of crows will cause an increase in the sales of cracker. If you see a lot more crows in the sky, you will burn more crackers. Is it the case? If you see that there are a lot of number of crows, so then you will start burning more crackers. Will that happen? No, right? So only one thing is that there is strong correlation between crow birth and cracker sale. Like both graph have nearly the same nature, increasing then being constant, then again increasing, then decreasing. So both of the graphs has the nearly same nature. Both graphs have nearly same nature. Okay. So till now we have covered 20 questions. We will see more questions now. Okay. So you can keep on liking the video. If you are seeing it, you can like the video and see further solutions. Okay. So let's move on to the next question now. Okay. So in this question, you have to choose an appropriate word. So by giving him the last piece of the cake, right? A part of something. So PIEC, and you will ensure lasting peace. Peace means calmness, or in Hindi we call that Shanti. Okay. So very easy question. By giving him the last piece of the cake, a part of the cake, you are ensuring lasting calmness or peace, PACE, in our house today. Okay. The second one, even though there is a vast scope of its dash, tourism has remained an some this. So scope of an improvement, like this line is used a lot of time. There is a vast scope of improvement, vast scope of improvement. Okay, so there is a vast scope of improvement, and still it is tourism is remaining as a neglected area. Okay, so option A. And let's try other options. Even though there is a vast scope of its rejection, tourism has remained an approved area. Doesn't make any sense. Vast scope of its fame, the tourism has remained a glum area, a gloom area, whatever we call it. And even though there is a vast scope of its interest, the tourism has remained an disinterested area. Although this may sound a bit more like, this may sound a bit more interesting to think about it, but yeah, this is the best possible option for me, that there is a vast scope of improvement, still it is a neglected area. Okay. Third question, if this number is divisible by 3, then the smallest number this place would have. What is the rule of divisible by 3? Add all the numbers. 7 plus 1 plus 5. At this place, x would come. Let's assume this place is x, plus 4 plus 2 plus 3. So addition of all these numbers should be divisible by 3. So 4 plus 2 6 plus 3 9, 9 plus 1 10, and this would be 10 plus 12 22. 22 plus x. So what number would make it divisible by 3? 24 is divisible by 3, so 2 would be there. If you take 5, smallest number they are asking, smallest whole number. So 5 would also be there, but they are asking the smallest number. So 2 would be the correct answer. Okay, 24 is divisible by 3, right? So 2 is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next problem. We have to add this up. This is a simple GP. What is the summation of an infinite GP? 1 upon 1 minus R. What is the value of R here? Each term is being multiplied with 1 by 4. So value of R is 1 by 4. So answer would be 4 by 3. Answer is T. Now this question, this is a fine question. Okay, you can say this is a good question. So let's see the answer of fifth question. So 1.5 meter tall person is standing at a distance of 3 meter from a lamp post. Okay, so let's assume this is a lamp post. This is a lamp post, and he is standing 3 meter away. 3 meters away. 3 meters away from the lamp post, and his height is 1.5 meter. 1.5 meter. We don't know the height of the lamp post. Let's assume that to be x, because this is what they have asked, the height of the lamp post. So we are assuming it to be x. the light from the lamp post at the top of the post casts her shadow. So this would make a shadow of the person. This is a person, this is a person, this person, this person is there. Her shadow is being made by this lamp, by from the top of the lamp, and the length of its shadow is twice her height. That means the length of the shadow will be, this will be her shadow, and the shadow height of the shadow will be 3 meters, because her height is 1.5 meter, so the length of the shadow will be 3 meter. So then the length of the shadow is 3 meters. Okay, and you have to find the, okay, so we will call, this much distance as 3 meter. Okay, now we have to find the value of x. So let's assume this is angle theta. So tan theta is equals to 1.5 by 3. 1.5 by 3. This 1.5 by 3, right? That would be equals to x by 6. Side in front of this angle, that is x, divided by the base, x by 3. Okay. So from here you get the value of x, that is 3. This was a good question. Okay. So the final answer is 3. So the height of lamp post is 3. Well and good. Okay, let's see this question. So Leela, or Leela, whatever it is, Leela aspired to buy a car worth this much of amount. What is this? 10 lakh. So Leela aspired to buy a car worth 10 lakh after 5 years. What is the minimum amount in rupees that she should deposit now in bank, which offers 10% annual rate of interest if the interest was compounded annually? Okay, so here it is written compounded annually. Now if the problem is based on population, they will not write the interest is compounded or simple. Okay, if the problem is based on population, the interest, you can say, or growth will always be compounded. Are you getting my point? In case of population question, you will always calculate compounded growth. Are you getting my point? Okay, so let's assume she deposit amount x. So after 5 years, how much amount she will get? 1.1 to the power 5. Are you getting my point? Let's assume you have 100 rupees and it is being compounded 10% annually. So after first year you will have 100 plus 10% of 100. That means 110. After that you will have 110 plus 10% of this. 100 into 10% of this. That means 121. After that you will have 121 plus 10% of this, plus 10% of this value, 121 plus 10% of this value. So this will keep on going. Okay, so initially let's assume she has x rupees, so it will keep on increasing. That's the formula, and at the end she needs 10 lakh rupees. You just need to calculate the value of x. So whenever a question comes for compounded interest, that means the present value 1 plus rate by 100, and here year. Okay, that would be the final amount. So the final amount is 10 lakhs. Okay, 10 lakh by 1.1 to the power 5. Power 5 reciprocal. So 6 to 1, nearly 6.21 lakhs. Okay, so option B is the correct answer. Now this is fine question. So two alloys A and B contain gold and copper in ratios 2:3 and 3:7. So one alloy is there and one more alloy is there, and the ratio of gold to copper, that is 2:3 here and 3:7 here. Now they are saying equal masses of alloy A and alloy B are melted to make a alloy C. Okay, equal masses. Let's assume if I am taking 10 gram of this, that means I am taking 10 gram of this as well, equal masses of A. Okay, so if I am taking 10 gram of this, that means it will have 4 gram of gold and 6 gram of copper. And what about this? If I am taking 10 gram of this, that means it will have 3 gram of gold and 7 gram of copper. So in the final alloy C, tell me how many gold you are having? 4 plus 3 gram of gold you are having, and 6 plus 7 gram of copper you are having. So 7 gram of gold ratio 13 gram of copper. 7:13 is your final answer. Now tell me, why did I pick 10 gram only? Why did I pick 10? Why did not I pick 7 gram? Why did I pick 10 gram here? Why did not I pick 7 gram? Because I knew that 2 plus 3 will make 5. 2 plus 3 will make 5 and 3 plus 7 will make 10. So I just took the LCM of that. So LCM is 10. So now I can, if I have 10 gram, that means I can say 4 gram will be gold, 6 gram will be copper. If I have 10 grams, 3 gram will be gold, 7 gram will be copper. So calculation is easy, right? I hope you got to know how did I write 4 gram gold. 10 gram is there and 2:3, that means 2 by 5. That means 4 gram of gold is there and 6 gram of copper. How did I write? 10 gram is total into 3 by 5. So it would be 6 gram. Well and good. Okay. Yeah. So let's see this question. So now these kind of questions will come in exam for 2 marks. This came for 2 marks and there is high probability that you will get it wrong. When I solved it first time, being honest, I got it wrong. Okay. So it would cost me minus 2.66 marks. So always have high patience while solving these kind of questions. Put your whole brain here. That's why I always prefer solving the aptitude question in the end, not in the beginning. Because like now you just need to read this statement and find out what can be inferred from the above paragraph. So now let's see an important point, that is what can be inferred. What do you mean by inferred? Inferred means that you are making a conclusion. There is some statement given and from that you are making a conclusion. That this is what inferred mean. Okay, are you getting my point? There is some statement given and from that you are making a conclusion. This is what inferred mean. If the statement is directly written, that means it is not inferred. This is a statement only. If the statement is directly written, that means it is not inferred. That is simple. That is a simple statement. Okay, we will take an example. So let's think of an example. Let's assume the statement given is that it's unsafe to walk on the road at night. Now I am saying this statement is given. Now what can be inferred from the statement? Statement 1, that it's unsafe to walk on the road at night. This is the statement 1 only. The given statement is it's unsafe to walk on the road at night. And what can be inferred from the statement? The first line, the option A is it's unsafe to walk on the road at night. So is it inferred from that? No, it's not inferred from that, right? Because this is already stated. Now statement 2 is they are talking about Delhi. So yeah, now it is inferred. Because if they are talking about Delhi, that means it's unsafe to walk on the road at night. Okay, this is just for just for a joke. Nobody will take an offense. Okay, I hope Delhi guys will not take an offense. Okay, and if they take an offense, my comment section will look kind of different. Okay, so please don't take an offense. This was just for example. Are you getting my point? Inferred means that you have to make a conclusion from the statement, not directly. Okay, so this is an important thing. Let's read the full paragraph and then we will see what can be inferred from the above paragraph. Okay. So the board has long recognized Jones' potential as a leader of the team. However, his on-field temper has always been a matter of concern for them since his junior days. While the aggression has filled stadia with die-hard it has taken a toll on his own batting. Until recently, it appeared that he found it difficult to convert his aggression into big scores over the past 3 seasons, though. That picture of John has been replaced by a cerebral, calculative, and successful batsman captain. After many years, it appears that he has finally found a complete captain. So they are talking about a guy who is a aggressive guy, okay, and that's a matter of concern for the selector that whether he should be captain or not since his junior days. So first statement is written that even as a junior cricketer, John was considered as a good captain. No, because here it is written that his own field temper has always been a matter of concern for them since junior days. He was not considered as a good captain during his junior days. He was considered as a good captain after many years. After many years, that they have found a complete captain. Okay. Now, second statement, finding a complete captain is a challenge. So yeah, this we can see because he has to be less aggressive and also he has to be good batsman. He has to score good as well. Okay. So yeah, this is a difficult challenge that can be inferred for sure. So statement 2 is right. Now, fans and the cricket board have different views on what they want in a captain. So here there is nothing that can tell the point of view of a fan. Is there any statement that can tell a point of view of a fan? Now you can think that here the statement is written, while this aggression has filled stadia with die-hard fans, it has taken a toll on his own batting. So this line can be a bit more confusing for you. Stadia means stadium. Okay, stadia means stadium. So while this aggression has filled stadium with die-hard fans, so he is aggressive. That's why people are coming in the stadium to see him. That's what you may think about it. That's what you may infer from this statement. While the aggression has filled stadia with die-hard fans, so you may think that he is aggressive, that's why people are coming in the stadium to see him. But what's their point of view on captaincy? What is the point of view of a fan on captaincy? That is not written here. They are coming to the stadium to see his aggression. Maybe he is Virat Kohli, that's why they are coming in the stadium to see his aggression, right? No one will come to the stadium to see the aggression of Kunal Pandya, but they will come for Virat Kohli, right? Yeah. So while the aggression has filled the stadium with die-hard fans, so I don't think there is anything that tells about the point of view of a fan in terms of captaincy. So this statement cannot be true. And now over the past 3 seasons, John has accumulated big scores. Yeah, he has accumulated big scores. We can see here. So over the past 3 seasons, the picture of John has been replaced by a cerebral, cumulative, successful batsman. From here, you can conclude that this is either 2 and 4 are right. So option C. So that's how you have to think there. Okay. Well and good. In the exam, there is high probability that we will get it wrong. Okay, but you have to have a lot of patience, think about each and every statement, and then only take the option. Okay. This question is based on probability. After that, a similar kind of question will come. This question is based on probability, and this is also a very good question. Okay, this question is based on conditional probability, but let's solve it by understanding the meaning. Okay, so a cab was involved in hit and run accident at night. Salman Khan was so okay, forget it. So you are given the following data about the cabs in the city and the accident. Okay, so 85% of the cabs in the city are green and the remaining are blue. So let's assume there are 100 cabs. Let's assume there are 100 cabs. So there are 100 cabs in the city and 85 of the cabs are green. So 85 cabs are green and 15 cabs are blue. Okay. Now a witness identified the cab involved in the accident as blue. Okay. A witness is saying that what I saw, that car was blue. Okay. Now it is known that a witness can correctly identify the car color only 80% of the time. So only 80% of the time he can tell the correct car of the color. Okay. So let's assume in a showroom you have 80 green cabs and 15 blue cabs. You pick that guy, that witness. You take the witness with you. You ask him. You show him 85 cabs. You show him 85 green cabs. You show that guy 85 green cabs and you ask him how many green cabs are there. What he will say? You are showing him 85 green cabs only and you ask him how many green cabs you can see. So what he will say? He will say I can see 85 into 0.8. That means 85 into 0.8. 0.2 will be 70, 63. So he will say I can see 63 green caps. Are you getting my point? So what the witness see? We are talking about witness here. So what the witness will see, from 85 green caps he will say I can see only 85 into 0.8. That means 63 green caps. And rest of the caps 63, then 17 blue caps. Although there are 85 green caps, but he will see 63 green caps and 17 blue caps because he is half mind. Not half mind, he is 0.8 mind. He is 80% mind because he can't see all the colors. Maybe he is colorblind, whatever he is, but he will say that there are 63 green caps and 17 blue caps. Now you take him to the showroom where all 15 caps are blue. So what he will say? There are 15 into 0.8 blue caps. Yeah, 12. So he will say that there are actual 2 blue caps and 3 green caps. And 3 green caps. Are you getting my point? There are 100 caps. You take him and 85 caps are green, 15 caps are blue. This is the reality. This is the reality. Now you take that guy to the showroom. You show him 85 green caps. What he will say? I can see only 85 into 0.8. That means I can see only 63 green caps and 17 blue caps. And you take him to the showroom where 15 blue caps are there. So what he will say? I can see 12 blue caps and 3 green caps. And this is what witness sees. Now witness is saying that the witness identified the cab involved in the accident as blue. So witness is saying that I have seen the blue cab. So what will be the probability? So witness is saying that I have seen blue cab. So how many blue cab he will see in the complete city? How many blue cabs he will see in the complete city? 12 blue plus 17 blue. That means 29 blue cabs he can see in the city. But what you need to find? You need to find the probability that accident was caused by actual blue cab. By a blue cab. That means that was actual blue cab. So this is not a blue cab. This is actually green. This is actually ACTUALY. This is actually green. And this one is actually blue. This one is actually blue. So he is saying that I have seen a blue cab, but these many blue cabs are not actual blue cab. The actual blue cab are this 12. 12 by 29. That means nearly 41%. So this is your answer. Now if the question was the witness identify the cab involved in the accident as blue, what is the probability that the accident was caused by a green cab? He has identified the cab to be blue. That means there are 29 chances. 12 plus 17. There are 29 chances that he can identify the cab to be blue. Okay. What is the chances that what is the probability that the accident was caused by a green cab? So which are the green cabs? These 17 blue cabs that he is claiming to be blue, but they are actually green. उसको लग रहा है वो blue है, but वास्तव में green है वो. बात समझ में आ रही है आपको? He is thinking that these 17 blue cabs are green. So actually the accident is caused by one of these cabs. So 17 by 29 would be your answer. Now the witness identifies the cab involved in the accident as green. The witness is identifying the cab involved in the accident as green. So how many chances are there? 63 plus 3. Okay, that means 66. Wait a minute. This is not 63, this is 68, right? And this is 17 only, this is 68. Yeah, this is 68. Yeah, so 68 plus 3, that means 71. Yeah, so 71. So there are 71 green cabs. There are 7. Yeah, so what was the question? A witness identified the cab involved in the accident as green. Now, what is the probability that accident was caused by a blue cab? He identified that cab to be green. Okay, he is saying that the cab is green, but in actual it is blue. Which is the option? This is, as per him, this is a green cab, but in actual it is blue. So the probability would be 3 by 71. Now the question comes, the witness identified the cab as green only, and what is the probability that it is caused by a green cab only? So answer would be 68 by 71. Did you understand the complete question? If you did not understand, get back to the previous part and see the solution. 85 cabs, blue cabs, actual green cabs are 85 and actual blue cabs are 15. But the guy sees 68 green cabs and 17 blue cabs. And here he sees 3 green cabs and 12 blue cabs. Now he is claiming that the accident was caused by a blue cab. So he will see in the city, in the complete city, he will see 29 blue cabs. So he will see 29 blue cabs. But you have been asked what is the probability that the accident was caused by a actual blue cab or a blue cab. So actual blue cab was this 12 only. If they had asked what is the probability that accident was caused by a green cab, then your answer would have been different. So all four cases we have discussed here, right? Okay, well and good. Let's move on to the next problem. So here again you have to read the paragraph and what can be inferred from the following information, from the given information. Okay. So a coastal region with unparalleled beauty is home to many species of animals. It is dotted with coral reefs and unspoilt wide sandy beaches. It has remained inaccessible to tourists due to poor connectivity and lack of accommodation. A company has spotted opportunity and is planning to develop a luxury resort with helicopter service to the nearest of major city airport. Environmentalists are upset that this would lead to the region becoming crowded and polluted like any other major beach resorts. So what can be inferred? So let's read this statement first. Let's read the second one, this one. The region will become crowded and polluted due to tourism. So you can think this is inferred from the above paragraph. But is it inferred? Is it inferred? It is directly written here that environmentalists are upset that this would lead to region becoming crowded and polluted like any other beach resorts. The region will become crowded and polluted due to tourism. So it is directly written, and they are thinking that this would happen. Look here, this would lead. So it's their assumption that this would happen. It's their assumption, and here it is written that this will become crowded and polluted due to tourism. It's not necessary that it will become crowded and polluted due to tourism. It's not necessary, right? It can be Lakshadweep. So it's not necessary that it will be crowded and polluted, right? So you cannot say this is inferred. because they are just assuming, it's their assumption that the region will become crowded and polluted. So B option is not a good option. The culture and tradition of the local people will be influenced by the tourist. Nowhere there is no information about culture and tradition. They haven't talked about it. So this is not at all there. Now the coral reefs are on the decline and could soon vanish. Nowhere it is written. So no discussion about all this. So this also will not be there. Now this can be inferred that helicopter connectivity would lead to an increase in tourists coming to the region. So what are the two statements that inferred this? So first thing, remain inaccessible. That means it is inaccessible to the tourist. That means they want to come there, but it is inaccessible. Why? Because of this poor connectivity and lack of accommodation. Now a company has supported the opportunity and is planning to develop a luxury resort with helicopter service. Okay, so helicopter, if there are helicopter services, then people would, or the tourist would come there. So the helicopter connectivity would lead to an increase in tourists coming to the region. So if you solve this problem quickly, you may click on this, but that would be wrong. Okay, although A and C are directly wrong, so no one would click on those statements, but between B and D there is ambiguity. So yeah, so some guys would click on B very quickly, but this is not inferred. Okay, it's their assumption. Also, it is written directly. Okay, so B option would not be correct, only D would be correct. Well and good. Okay, let's move on to the next set of the questions. Okay, this question is also based on English. This is a very basic question, everyone should be able to solve. The driver applied the brake, B-R-A-K-E. This brake will not be there, right? ब्रेक मतलब आराम लेना बीच में कुछ, दूसरा ब्रेक है ये, और ये वाला ब्रेक है, ब्रेक लगाया, right? The brake that is there in the vehicle. So the driver applied the brake as soon as she approached the hotel where she wanted to take a break. That means taking rest. So this would be the option B-R-A-K-E and B-R-E-A-K. Now the second question, it's no surprise that every society has had codes of behavior. However, the nature of the codes is often and blank. Now these statement, however, though, although, they define the negation. Like your next statement, after these words, your next statement would be negation of the previous statement. In the previous statement, what they are saying, it is no surprise that every society has a codes of behavior. Okay, every society has had some codes of behavior. Now the nature of these codes is often expected. No. Simple. No. These two statements cannot be there. That the nature of these codes is often expected or simple. So these words are not used for negation. Unexpected, if there was the option unexpected. So this is one of the word that shows negation, but this expected doesn't show negation. Simple doesn't show negation. Two options are there, strict and unpredictable. Both show the negation. Strict, they are strict, and unpredictable, you can't predict those. Okay, so the strict doesn't suit here as per me as well. So there is no surprise that society has had a codes of behavior. However, the nature of these codes is often strict. So it's not necessary that the nature of the codes is strict. It can be easy as well. So I don't think this is an appropriate option. So only appropriate option is unpredictable, because the codes is often unpredictable. It can be strict as well, or it can be easy as well, right? So this is unpredictable. Like there are no correct explanation of all these questions. Okay, this is the truth. Like these kind of questions are having correct explanation, but these kind of question doesn't have any correct explanation. So whatever that you have the knowledge, whatever aptitude you have to solve it during the exam only. You can't prepare for those, right? That's why people write 15 out of 15. I don't think that is feasible. Any day you can get these kind of question wrong, and no one can prepare for it. So 13 marks is feasible, that you can score 13 out of 15 in aptitude if you give your best. 15 out of 15 based on your luck. I scored 15 out of 15 during my examination, but in instrumentation I did not score 15 out of 15. In instrumentation I got one question wrong in English. That cost me 2.66 marks. But in EC I scored 15 out of 15 because aptitude was easy as well, and I did not get English question wrongs. So if I am able to solve English question correctly, that then there is a chance that I can get 15 out of 15. But 13 marks are feasible. And if you are not sure with these kind of questions, you shouldn't attempt these kind of questions. If you are getting very high marks, that in the exam you are thinking that I can get around 75 to 80 marks in the exam. You have completed the exam, and now you think that I can get around 75 to 80 marks. Then you can put a guess here. So then blindly I will put any guess. I would click on unpredictable. But if you think you are somewhere around 50 to 55 marks, I don't think you should take any chance, because 0.33 is a big number for you. If you get it wrong, you will lose 0.33 marks, and that is a big number for you. But if you have got a lot of marks, then I don't think losing 2 or 3 ranks because of 0.33 marks would make any impact for you. But if you get 1 mark, that would make an impact. Okay, so based on your exam only, you need to think if you are going for a guess or not. Okay, yeah. 13 marks are feasible. You can think that I can score 13 out of 15, but don't go with the mindset that I will score 15 out of 15. Okay. Yeah, so let's solve this question now. Actually, yesterday night I was recording the video, and I forgot to turn on the video actually. So whole recording got wasted of around 1 hour. So now then my mood got off, and I am recording the session the next day. Okay, that's why my attire is changed. Okay, so let's solve this question. You have solved this question, these kind of question in basic 6th, 7th class only. So Hema's age, we can assume it to be X. Right, so let's assume Hema's age is X, and Hari's age is, so Hema's age is 5 years more than twice of Hari's age. So let's assume Hari's age is 5. Why? So twice of Hari's age, and then you add 5 years in that, you get the age of Hema. And then Suresh is 13 years less than 10 times of Hari's age. So 10 times of Hari's age minus 13 will give you the age of Suresh, and Suresh is 3 times as old Hema. So Suresh is 3x. Okay, so you need the value of x now, so you can multiply this equation with 5. So what you will get, 10y plus 25 equals to 5x, and then you have 10y minus 13 equals to 3x. You can subtract both of the equation. If you subtract both of the equation, you will get 2x equals to 38. So Hema's age is 19. Okay, very easy question, very basic. These kind of questions should be solved very quickly in the examination. Okay, so 19 is your answer. Let's move on to the next problem. This is a good question actually. So there are 2 towers, tower A and tower B. One is 90 meter tall, one is 140 meter tall, and they are 100 meter apart. So 90 meter tall, 140 meter tall, and they are 100 meter apart. Okay. They are 100 meter apart. A horizontal skywalk connects the floor at 70 meter in both of the towers. Now I don't know what is a skywalk. I did not understand anything by this line. Okay, so let's forget this line, because a lot of you students also didn't know the meaning of skywalk, right? So let's forget this line. Now they are saying if a tout rope connects the top of the tower A to the bottom of the tower B. So this was our tower A, and this was our tower B. So top of tower A is connected to the bottom of tower B by a rope. Okay. At what distance in meter from tower A will the rope intersect the skywalk? Now they are saying that this rope is intersecting the skywalk. Now there are 2 ways that it can intersect the skywalk, like this and like this. Okay. So now what do you think? Where will be the skywalk? Here they are saying that skywalk connects the floor at 70 meter in both of the towers. So if it was like this, I don't know what is a skywalk. I don't know. Okay. But there would be one line, whether it will be like this or like this. If it was like this, there will be no meaning of 70 meters. in 70 meters in both of the towers. So it has to be like this. So what do they mean? That is that there is a line, there is a skywalk that connects both of the towers, both of the skywalk that connects the floors at 70 meter in both of the towers. That means 70 meter from here. Okay, this length is 70 meter. So this is what they mean. Okay, if this length is 70 meter, what will be this length? And now where does it intersect? It intersect at this point. So you have to find the distance from tower A. That means you need to find this distance. Let's call this distance as x. So what will be this distance? This distance will be 100 minus x. Okay, and what is this distance? This distance is 70, right? What will be this distance? This distance will be 20. Okay, now you can apply tan theta here. So this will be theta, this will be theta. So what do you think? Tan theta is equals to 70 by 100 minus x. 70 perpendicular by base. 70 by 100 minus x. And here tan theta is equals to 20 by x. 20 by x. Well and good. Okay. If you solve this, the value of x you will get is 22.22 meter. Okay. So even if you don't know the meaning of anything in a statement, you shouldn't skip that question. You can try solving it. By any chance you will be able to solve. If you have the confidence, if you have the will to solve, you will be able to solve. Okay, just like I did here. So here my target is to not to give you the solution, but to make you understand how will you solve the problems in the exam. So that's the main target here. Okay, this question is given t equals to k into theta p plus t naught. You have to find the value of theta and rest of the values are given. So t is 32.4, k is the constant that is not given, theta you have to find. For 32.4 the value of p is 2 theta plus t naught is 25 and value of t is 42, k value is not given, at that time value of p is 5 theta plus 30. So divide equation 1 and 2. If you divide the equation 1 and 2, 32.4 divided by 42 is equals to 2 theta plus 25 upon 5 theta plus 30. So at theta value you will get is 1.0. Okay, when you solve this equation, you can solve this equation, you will get 1. So that's the answer. Well and good. Let's move on to the next problem. These two are easy problem, 6 and 7. So we will solve it in one page only. So let's try with the 6th one. Okay, this problem we are solving. This one, this we are solving here. A food seller sold a basket of fruits at 12.5% loss. So what was the actual price? Actual price was x. If actual price was x and we have the loss of 12.5%, that means what is the selling price? What is the selling price? It was of x and he had a loss of 12.5%. 12.5% of x, right? So the selling price was 0.875x. Now as per the question, it is given that, according to the question, it is given that if he had sold this for rupees 108 more, so in this if he had added 100 rupees more, he would have gained a profit of 10%. Profit of 10%. The thing was of x, the fruit was of rupees x, and profit of 10%. That means he would have sold it for x plus x into 10%. That means 1.1x. The fruit was of x and he would have sold it for 10% profit. So x plus 10% of x, that means 1.1x. So this would be your final equation, 1.1x. Then you can find the value of x from here. So I will solve it. As far as I remember, I get 480 by solving this, but let's solve it. 1.1 minus 0.875 reciprocal into 108. Yeah, 480. My memory is good. 480 rupees. Okay, 480 rupees. Actually, rupees is written this. Okay, 480 rupees. So now they are asking what is the loss in rupees incurred by the fruit seller. What was the loss? What was the loss? Loss was 12.5% of x. So 12.5 by 100 into 480. So that was the loss. That means 4.8 into 12.5 into 12.5, 60 rupees. So the loss was of 60 rupees. So that would be the answer. Well and good, easy question. Let's move on to the next one. Very easy question. This is very easy. The price of a wire made of a super alloy material is proportional to the square of its length. So price is proportional to the square of its length. That means price is KL square. K is some constant. Okay. The price for 10 meter length is 1600. So 1600 rupees is the price for 10 meter length. For 10 meter length. That means the value of K is 16. So from here you get to know that price is 16 L square. So what will be the total price for the length of 4 meter and 6 meter? So price for the length of 4 meter, it would be 16 into 4 whole square, and price for the length of 6 meter, it will be 16 into 6 whole square. So what will be the total price? Total price, that would be 16 into 4 square plus 6 square. From here you will get the final answer, and as far as I remember, it will be 832. 36 plus 16, that will be 52 into 16. 832 we are getting. Okay, well and good. Let's move on to the next problem. So this is the problem. Here you need to tell which of the statements are correct for the graph. So you have to write the equation of the line. That's it. So we are writing from -3 to -1. What is the equation of a line? Y equals to mx plus c. Right? Where what is m? M is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Then you can find the value of c as well by putting the value of y, x and n. Right? So let's see for this one, for -3 to -1. So what is the value of m? M is y2 minus y1. That means 2 minus -2. 4 divided by x2 minus x1. -1 minus of -3. That means by 2. So slope is 2. So y equals to 2x plus c. Now at x equals to -2, your value of y is 0. At x equals to -2, your value of y is 0. So if you put x equals to -2, value of y is 0. So value of c is 4. So your equation is y equals to 2x plus 4. Well and good. So option 1 is correct. In the exam, you will not do all these things. Okay. This was just to tell you how to find the equation of a line. Okay. In the exam, what you will do? Okay. The given equation is 2x plus 4. So put x equals to -3 here. If you put x equals to -3 here, what you get? -2. In the graph as well, you are getting -2. Okay. Put x equals to -2 in this equation. If you put x equals to -2 in this equation, what do you get? 0. In the graph as well, you are getting 0. Okay, good. Put x equals to -1 in this equation. If you put x equals to -1 in this equation, you get 2. In the graph as well, you are getting 2. Okay, well and good. The equation is correct. Similarly, for the second one, so like that only you will check. Now put x equals to -1 in this equation. If you put x equals to -1, you are getting here 2. In the graph as well, you are getting 2. Okay, good. Put x equals to 0. If you put x equals to 0 in this one, you get y equals to 1. Y equals to 1. Okay, good. Put x equals to 0. If you put x equals to 0 in this equation, you get y equals to 1. At x equals to 0, you are getting 1 only. Okay. X equals to 0, you are getting 1. At x equals to 1, put x equals to 1 in this equation, you will get the value of y equals to 0. You are getting 0 here. Okay, good. Put x equals to 2, the value of y would be 1. Value of y would be 1. So yeah, this is also correct. So second one is also correct. Let's check for the third one. For third one, put x equals to -1, the value of y should be 0. Put x equals to -1, value of y should be 0. But here you are getting 2. That means it's not correct. At x equals to -1, in the graph you are getting 2. But here if you put x equals to -1, you get value of y equals to 0. That means this is not correct. Okay. So, and let's check for the third equation. Y is equals to 1 for x equals to 2 to 3. So for x equals to 2 to 3, y is always 1. So this is also correct. So 1, 2 and 4 are correct. 1, 2 and 4 are correct. So answer is B. So that's how you will do in the exam. You will not write down the equations. Okay, well and good. Let's move on to the next problem. So this is also a very good problem, but it can be solved in the exam. So an is given like 1 by n minus 1 by n plus 2. And for each integer, so n is integer and n is greater than 1. That means n will start from 1, 2, 3 and will go up to 50. Okay, and we have to consider the sequence. We have to find the sum Okay, so the sum will be a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4 dot like that, a47 plus a48 plus a49 plus a50. It will go on like this. Okay, so let's write down the value of a1. That would be 1 by 1 minus 1 by 3. Like put n equals to 1 here, it will be 1. Put n equals to 1 here, it will be 1 by 3. Let's find the value of a2. It would be 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4. Put the value of a3, it would be 1 by 3 minus 1 by 5. Value of a4, it will be 1 by 4 minus 1 by 6. Okay, it will go on like this. It will keep on going like this. Put the value of a47, it would be 1 by 47 minus 1 by 49. Value of a48, it would be 1 by a48 minus 1 by 50. Value of a49, it would be 1 by 49 minus 1 by 51. The value and the value plus 2, that's we are doing. The value 1 by 50 and 1 by 50 plus 2, that means 52. So what is happening here? Look, this minus 1 by 3 and 1 by 3 is getting cancelled. Minus 1 by 4, this minus 1 by 4 is getting cancelled. This minus 1 by 5, what will be a5? It will be 1 by 5 minus 1 by 7. So this and this will also get cancelled. Similarly, this will also get cancelled. Here what do you see? This minus 1 by 49 and this plus 1 by 49 is getting cancelled. Okay, and what will be the value of a46? That would be 1 by 46 minus 1 by 48. So in the same way, this also will get cancelled, right? In the similar way, a45, what will be a45? A45 would be 1 by 45 minus 1 by 47. So in this way, this will also get cancelled. So similarly, all these are getting cancelled. Minus 1 by 50 and 1 by 50 is getting cancelled. What is not cancelled? Minus 1 by 51, minus 1 by 52. So how will you get minus 1 by 51? How are you getting minus 1 by 51? So you are getting from a49. To cancel this, you need 1 by 51 plus 1 by 51. Can you get plus 1 by 51? You can get only when your n is 51, but only till 50 terms you need to consider. What will be a51? 1 by 51 minus 1 by 53. So this would have been cancelled. But it is not the case. Why so? Because n cannot be greater than 50. So this will not cancel. This will not get cancelled. Similarly, this will not get cancelled. And in the same way, 1 and 1 by 2 also will not get cancelled. Right? So only remaining part is 1 plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 51 plus 1 by 52. So option C is correct. Okay. These are easy question. You just need to check what is getting cancelled. Okay. So let's solve this question now. Very good question. So it is given that A into B into C is equals to B into G into E is equals to D into E into F. Okay, and all these are not equal because they represent a unique integer. It is given that they represent a unique integer from 1 to 9. So they are not equal. A is not equals to B, is not equals to C, is not equals to D, is not equals to E, is not equals to F, is not equals to G. So all these are not equal. And they can be from number 1 to 9. Okay, they can be from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So these numbers are possible there. So now they are saying which integer among of the following cannot be represented by letter A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The one more condition is given that A is not equals to B, is not equals to C because they are unique. So D not equals to F is not equals to G. Let's do the prime factorization of all these numbers. Okay, we are doing the factors. So factor of 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 2 cross 2, 5 is 5, 6 is 2 cross 3, 7 is 7, 8 is 2 cross 2, and 3 is 3 cross 3. Okay. Now, if these are equal, if these three are equal, that means their prime factorization has to be equal as well. Are you getting my point? If I am multiplying any three number, let's assume I am multiplying 8 into 3 into 1, that would give me 24, right? Now I am saying I am multiplying 3 into 2 into 4. This will also give me 24. Do the prime factorization of this, that would be 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Do the prime factorization of this. 3 into 2 into 2 into 2. Prime factorization is same. So multiplication of 3 numbers and 3 numbers and 3 numbers all are equal. That means prime factorization of all these numbers are equal. Did you understand this point? So the prime factorization of all these numbers has to be equal. So let's assume if I am putting 2 anywhere, if I am putting b equals to 2, this is equals to 2, b is equals to 2. So any of the number, if here I am having d equals to 4, then it would give me 2 into 2. Then there is probability, there is not probability, there is 100% chance that the prime factorization can be equal, because this is having 2, this is having 2, this is also having 2. So prime factorization can certainly be equal. If I put anywhere 3, if I put anywhere 3, let's assume my b is 3 now. So if I put 6 here, instead of 4, I am putting 6 now. So this 6 will give me 2 into 3. This 6 can give me 3. Right? You have to make the prime factorization equal. You have to make the factors equal. Right? So if in this factorization we are having 3, that means this would certainly give me 3 if I can put 6 here, and you can certainly put 6 here. If I had 4 here, then I already have 2 cross 2. This would be 4. This is 2 cross 2. So anything can give me 2 cross 2. 8 can give me 2 cross 2. Even 2 can give me 2 cross 2. This will give me 2 cross 2 cross 2, and this can give me 2. Sorry, this will not give 2 will not give me 2 cross 2. So 8 can give me 2 cross 2 cross 2. Right? What if my number was, instead of 4, it was 8? So this would give me 2 cross 2 cross 2. Now you will think, what number will give you 2 cross 2 cross 2? Yeah, there can be. What that will be? That will be 6 into 4. That means one of the number can be 6 and the other can be 4. So 6 will give me 2 cross 3 and 4 will give me 2 cross 2. So from here I can also get 2 cross 2 cross 2. But let's forget all this. What if the number was 5? If b was 5, now I need 5 here, because in factorization I at least need 5. So tell me, which number will give me 5? Can 1 give me 5, 2 give me 5, 3 give me 5? No. 4 give me 5? No. 6 can give me 5? No. 7 can give me 5? No. 8 can give me 5? No. 9 can give me 5? No. 10 can give you 5. If there had been an option that you can put d value equals to 10, so you would get 5 into 2 from here. So 5 you are getting here, 5 you are getting here, 5 you are getting here. Then you could have got 5. Right? So 5 cannot be one of the integers here. So you can't put b equals to 5. Right? You can't put b equals to 5. You can't put any number equals to 5. Although the answer would be b now. But they can add one more option. That would be 7. Okay, 7 will also be there, because if b was 7, what number would give you 7? In their prime factorization, what number will give you 7? That would be 14. 14 will give you 7. 7 cross 2. And 5 will give you, 10 will give you 5 cross 2. So 14 will give you 7 cross 2. But you can't put 14 because the number is from 1 to 9 only. Did you understand? The number has to be prime. 5 is a prime number. 7 is also a prime number. 2 is also a prime number. Okay. But 2 can be given by 4 and 8 and even by 6 as well. So 1, 2 can be given by 4 as well, 6 as well, and 8 as well. 3 can be given by 9 and 6. Right? And 1 is certainly there as only. Right? 1 is already there. Like everyone is having 1, 4 cross 4. Even this can give you 1. 2 can give you 1. 5 also can give you 1. Anyone can give you 1. So if two numbers are equal, that means their prime factorization are equal. If two numbers are equal, if I am saying a equals to b, that means their prime factorization are certainly equal. And if one of the number is, let's assume the number is 5, then for making the prime factorization equal, you at least need 10. And if the number is 7, to make the prime factorization equal, you need at least 14. So that is not possible because number is from 1 to 9 only. So that's why the option would be 5 and 7. 7 was not given, so answer would have been 5. Okay, so very good question. I hope you understood the concept. Okay. Yeah, so let's move on to the next question. So now let's see this set. This is a new set. So very easy English question. From where are they bringing their books? So now they are bringing their books. So they are bringing their books. They are bringing their books. उनकी किताबें. उनकी किताबें. Their books from there, from some place. So this is the name of place. So place would come. B option. Now this one. Now let's see. I don't know the meaning of meandering. I really did not know the meaning of meandering before solving this problem. So how I would have solved it during the exam, but I got the answer correct. So how did I do that? Let's check that. So A blank investigation can sometimes yield new facts, but typically organized ones are more successful. But it also shows the negation. They are saying that the other line says that the investigation is typically organized. That means it is organized. It is very well organized. It is very good. That means the previous one should not be organized or should not be systematic, right? Or should not be consistent or should not be timely. It will be meandering. That means I can cut these three options. What do I mean? They are saying, but like I will say a statement. I am not a good fielder, but I am a good batsman. I am not a good fielder, but I am a good batsman. So the next statement after but, that is saying that you are a good batsman. You are good at something. That means in the previous one, you will have something which you are not good at. That I am not good at fielding. So if I am not good at fielding and I am good at batting. So my statement was I am not good at batting, but I am good at, sorry, I am not good at fielding, but I am good at batting. So if you are good at batting, so here you are saying you are good at something. That means in previous one, you will have the feeling of negation. But systematic doesn't give the feeling of negation. Systematic is systematic. Consistent, not a negation. Timely, not a negation. So all these three options you can cut. So only option left is meandering. So you can go Google the meaning of meandering. Even I forgot what was the meaning of meandering. Meandering. घुमावदार. Okay. घुमावदार, like making something complex. This is what it means. That a complex investigation can yield sometimes new fact. So complex is the meaning here. Okay. So A is the correct option. So that's how I would have solved it during the exam. So that's my main criteria to tell you in this video, like how I would have solved the problems in the exam. Not the final solution, but how I would have approached. Okay. Let's move on to the next problem. Third question, very easy, but most of you, if you solve it very quickly, you will get it wrong. The area of the square is given D. Area of the square is given D. That means A square is equals to D. That means A would be root D. Okay. What is the area of the circle which has a diagonal of the square as its diameter? This was your square. Okay. Which has one of the dimension equal to root D. Okay. One of the dimension. Now it has some diagonal. This is the diagonal. That would be root D plus D. Root 2D. Right? Root square of this and under root 2D. And that is the diameter of a circle. So what will be the radius? Radius would be root 2D by 2. That would be root D by 2. Okay. So what will be the area? Area would be pi r square. Pi d by 2. Square of this would be pi d by 2. Okay. Pi d by 2. Now, what would be the smallest natural number which when divided by either 20 or by 42 or by 76 leaves a remainder of 7 in each case? Now you will think that some concept of LCM, HCF will be used and I don't remember that concept. No problem. You have to divide each number by 20, 42 and 76 and remainder should be 7. That is the scene, no? So just subtract 7 from each of the number. It would give you 3040. This would give you 6040. This would give you 7980. This would give you 63840. Now divide each number by 20, 42 and 76 and see if these are like being divided correctly or not. So let's try dividing it. So as far as I remember, my answer was like 7987. So I will divide 7987, 7980 because remainder should be 7. So 7980 divided by 20, it will be completely divided. 7980 divided by 42, it is also being divided. You are getting a whole number. 190 you are getting. Here you can see, I guess. So 190 we are getting. You can do it on your calculator as well. And 7980 divided by 76. So you are getting 105. So whole number we are getting. So a whole number we are getting, that means that is correct. If you do by LCM and LCS, it will take a lot of time and you will not get to the final answer. Just use your brain and you can solve it correctly. Let's try dividing 6040 by 42. If you divide 6040 by 42, you get 148 point. You are dividing 6040 by 42. So you are getting 143.80. So this is not possible because you need to have a whole number if it is completely divided. So if it is not divided, you will have something like this, 143.80. So this is not a whole number, so this cannot be the option. So that's how you need to check. Okay, let's move on to the next problem. Find the missing number. So what is happening here? So this is multiplied by 6, this is multiplied by 5, this is multiplied by 4. Yeah. So look, 2 into 6 multiplied by 6, 12. 12 into 5, 60. 60 into 4, 240. 240 into 3, 720. 740 into 2, 1440. 1440 into 1, 1440 only. And into 0, it will give you 0. So 1440. Well and good. Let's move on to the next problem. This is a good question. Okay. So in appreciation of a social improvement completed in a town, a wealthy philanthropist decided to give 780 rupees to each male. Male will get 750, not 780, 750. Male will get 750 rupees, always less. Female will get 1000 rupees. Okay. Although there were 30 citizens eligible for the gift. Now they are not saying if it was man or woman. So let's call male as X and female as Y. So combined male plus female was 300. Okay. However, only 8/9 of the eligible men, 8/9 of the eligible men and 2/3 of the eligible women, 2/3 of the eligible women claimed the gift. So 8/9 of the eligible men, each one getting 750 rupees plus 2/3 of the eligible women, each one getting 1000 rupees claimed the price. Okay, claimed the gift. How much money philanthropists have to give in total? So this we need to find money. Now you will think that value of X and Y is not given, only the value of X plus Y is given. So how I can find the final answer? I also thought of the same, but when I solved the equation, I got to know. Okay, so try doing it on your own first. So your money would be equals to 8 by 9 into 750. Let's do 8 by 9. Okay, forget it. 8 by 9 into 750 X plus 2000 by 3. What will be the value of Y? That would be 300 minus X. So from here you can solve. So 8 by 9 into 750. 8 by 9 into 750. That would give you 666.67x plus this would give you 2 lakh 2 lakhs minus 2000 by 3x. So 2000 by 3x would be 666.67x. So this and this would get cancelled. So final answer would be 2 lakhs. If you had just seen this from here if you had given up, it would cost you 2 marks, right? But if you had just solved one more step, you would see that this x and x are getting cancelled. So your final answer is 2 lakhs. Okay. So let's solve this question. Very standard question. So P multiplication of PQR is not equal to 0. P to the power minus x is 1 by Q. Q to the power minus 1 by minus y is 1 by R. R to the power minus Z is 1 by P. Now what will be the value of x into y into Z? Now there will be some student who will try to be smart here. What they will do? They will put P equals to Q equals to R equals to 1. So 1 to the power minus x, it will be 1. 1 equals to 1, 1 equals to 1, and 1 equals to 1. So x, y, z, multiplication of x, y, z. So what is the value of x, y, z? That means value of x, y, z also you will get 1 only. So multiplication of x, y, z will be equals to 1. So they will tick on this. Luckily they got it correct. But this is not the correct method to solve it. Okay. Because value of x, y, z, what do you get? Value of x, y, z is 1. What is the value of P into Q into R? That is also 1. So this can also be an option. What is the value of 1 by P into Q into R? That is also 1. So this can also be one of the option. So you can't solve like this. There are 3 possible options. Okay. So don't solve like this. How will you solve? Now it is given that P to the power minus x is equals to 1 by Q. That means I can put Q to the power minus 1. That means my P to the power x is equals to Q. And my Q to the power y is equals to R to the Q to the power minus y is equals to R to the power minus 1. That means I can put Q to the power y is equals to R. The third one is R to the power minus z is equals to P to the power minus 1. Right? So I can put R to the power z is equals to P. So what is the value of R? That is Q to the power y. Q to the power y into z. So that would make Q to the power yz would be equals to P. What is Q? Q is P to the power x. So P to the power x, y, z would be equals to P. So from here you can see x, y, z is equals to 1. Right? So x, y, z is equal. From here you can see x, y, z is equals to 1. So that is your final answer. 1. Okay. Now this question very easy. Next one very easy. In a party, 60% of invited guests are male and 40% are female. More male are invited this time. Okay. If 80% of the invited guests attended the party, okay. So let's assume 100 people were there, 60 were male, 100 people were invited and 40 were female. Only 80% of those came. Only 80%. That means only 80 people came. Only 80 people came. Guests attended the party. And if all the invited female guests attended, that means 40 female came. All those came. So rest for 80 would be 40 male. There is no concept of LGBTQ here. Okay. I support LGBTQ. There is no concept of LGBTQ. All male and all female are there. So 100 guys are there. 60 male, 40 female, and 80% are invited. That means from 100 only 80 from 100 only 80 came and all the female came. That means all 40 female came. So rest of the guys would be male only. So 40 male and 40 female came. So what would be the ratio of male and female? That would be 1:1. It will give you 2 marks. Can you imagine? Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Very good question. Mathematics question, and you can solve it if you have very good mathematics. I got the answer correct when I solved it first time, but not by the conventional method. How did I solve that? I will tell you. By conventional method, I don't think it will be that much easy. Okay. It took me a lot of time by solving conventional method and eventually I was not able to solve. So let's solve it by conventional method first. This angle is E. Let's call this angle as D, this angle as C, this angle as A, this angle as B, and this angle as F. What you need to find? DEC, that means angle of E plus BFC plus angle F. That you need to find. Well and good. Okay. So in triangle, EAB, what you can see, that E plus A plus B is equals to 180 degree. Now in triangle this DAF, what you can see, angle of D plus A, D plus A plus F is equals to 180 degree. Okay. Now in this structure DCBA, in DCBA, what you can see, D plus C plus A plus B is equals to 360 degree, right? Now you need to find E and F. Here I am having E, here I am having F. So you need the addition of E and F. Then you should add equation 1 and 2. E plus 2A plus B plus D plus F is equals to 360 degree. And here I can see D plus C plus A plus B is equals to 360 degree. Did I add correctly? E plus F you need to find. So D plus C plus A plus B. Okay. Now from here what you get to know, that E plus 2A plus B plus D plus F is equals to D plus C plus A plus B. So B and B got cancelled, D and D got cancelled, right? E plus F you need to find. That means your E plus F would be C minus A. C minus A. So your E plus F is C minus A. So angle of E plus F is C minus A. So what is C? C is DCB or BCD. Angle BCD minus angle BAD. Okay, so option A is correct. So that's how you solve it. But since I knew the solution already, I was able to solve it very quickly in front of you. But if I had to think in the examination, it would have been difficult for me. So how I solved it when I was solving it first time, that let me tell you. So this is the conventional method. Now I will copy this and will solve it in the next page, how I solved it. Okay. So in the exam, ticking the final answer, that is important, not the method. So let's see this. How did I actually solve? This is very unconventional method. A lot of you will disagree with me, but believe me, those who are disagreeing with me, they will also try this method in the exam. Okay, let's see. Now, what do you think about this angle CBF? What do you think? It's greater than 90 degree for sure. You can think about it, right? If it would have been 90, it would be something like this. So it is greater than 90 degree for sure. I can assume it nearly 100 degree, nearly 100 degree. Okay, nearly. And addition of all three will be addition of all three. This angle, and this angle will be 180 degree, right? So, and this angle will be equal, right? These two angles will be equal. So this angle seems like a nearly 40 degree or 45 degree, I can say. Seems like a 40 or 45 degree. Assume anything. Okay. Assuming this angle feels like I can say 45 degree. Okay. This is 45 degree. This is also 45 degree. So this will also be 45 degree. Not 45 degree. It will be 35. Right. It will be 35 degree. Okay. This will be 35. Okay. Now addition of this angle plus this angle, that will be 180. The angle on one line, this is 45, that will be the rest, right? So if this is 45, that means it will be 135 degree. Okay, well and good. So I am going step by step. If this is 145 degree, if this is 135 degree and this is 100 degree, that means this has to be 80 degree. This has to be 80 degree, right? Well and good. And this is 80 degree. Now I need to write down the angle of these, this one and this one, and this one. So what I can think? Okay, x plus y and z. I can see that x plus y will make 180 degree and y plus z will make, if this is 135 80, so 35 minus 180, 35 minus 180 it will make. So forget about it. You again will have to assume. You will again have to make any assumption. So this angle feels like somewhere more than 90 degree. Somewhere more than 90 degree. If it would have been 90 degree if it was like this, right? Somewhere more than 90 degree. I can call it 95. If it is 95, this would be nearly 50 degree, right? Somewhere more than 90 degree, 95. So 100, 140, 140 plus 40. This would be 40 degree. Sorry, this would be 40 degree. And if it is 195, if it is 95, that means it is 85. Now add these 135 plus 85 plus 80. This will not take that much time which I am taking here in the exam. You will be able to write down very, very quickly. This will be 60 degree, right? This will be 60 degree. Now you need to find DEC plus BFC. DEC plus BFC. That means 45 degree plus 35 degree. Your answer should be 75 degree. Let's try option one by one. What is BCD? BCD, that is 135. Minus what is BAD? BAD, that is 60. 135 minus 60. What is 135 minus 60? 75 only. Right? Matching here? Okay. So this can be one of our possibility. Okay, let's check this. BAD plus BCD. BAD 60 degree plus BCD. BCD plus 135. Can you imagine 75 going very ahead? In assumption, there can be possibility of 5 degree, 10 degree, 15 degree. But 135 plus 60. Very ahead, right? 135 plus 60. 135 plus 60. 195. Cannot be any option. Right? BAD plus BCF. BAD 60 plus BCF. BCF 45. 105 degree. Still near to 75, but this is exactly giving 75. So again, this will not be an option. CBA plus ADC. CBA. CBA 80 degree. CBA 80 degree plus ADC. ADC 85. What it is giving? 165. Not possible. Only answer 75. That's it. 2 marks. And only 1% of the student can solve like this. I can guarantee you. In the exam, 1% is higher number. I guess 0.5% will be able to solve it in the exam by this method. Okay. I already knew the solution. That's why I was able to solve. See this triangle, see this triangle, see this structure, angle 360 degree, add them up. But this is your aptitude. Just assume the angle, add them up, you are getting the answer. That's it. Are you getting my point? That's how, even in technical, if you have enough knowledge, use that complete knowledge, whatever that you have studied. It's not that you are preparing from 1 year, so only your 1 year of knowledge will be used. From your childhood, everything, make that day your D-day. It's on you. We say na ki it wasn't our luck. A lot of times, slight amount of luck depends on you as well. I won't say complete luck will depend on you, but a slight amount of luck will depend on you as well. Use your brain. So this is how you can answer. Okay. So I hope you liked this video with this solution. Okay. Oh, ये क्या हो गया? अरे ये तो गया. Okay, this solution is gone. I can't help. The solution is gone. In the PDF, you will not get this solution. So you can try it on your own. Okay. Yeah. So let's move on to the next question. So wait a second. Okay. So let's see this solution. This is the last question, I guess. Yeah, last one. Not last. There are 2 more papers. Okay, 2 more set are there. So yeah. So let's see this question. A 6-sided unbiased die with 4 green and 2 red faces. There is a die with 4 green and 2 red faces. There is a die with 4 green and 2 red faces. 2 red faces is rolled 7 times. 7 times rolled. 7 times rolled. Dice we are rolling. Which of the following combination is most likely outcome of the experiment? Okay. That means which has the most probability. So getting a green is, probability of getting a green is 2 by 3 and probability of getting R is 2 by 6, that means 1 by 3, or I can write 2 by 6 or 1 by 3. Okay, so first option, option A, 3 green faces, that means 2 by 3 cube and 4 red faces, 2 to the power 3 upon 3 to the power 7. B option, 4 green, that means 2 to the power 4 into 1. Okay, forget it. 4 green, that means 2 to the power 2 by 3 to the power 4 into 3 red, that means 1 by 3 to the power 3, that means 2 to the power 4, 3 to the power 7. 5 green, that means 2 by 3 to the power 5 into 2 red, that means 1 by 3 to the power 2, that means 2 to the power 5 upon 3 to the power 7. D option. 6 green, that means 2 to the power 2 to the power 2 by 3 to the power 6 into 1 red, 1 by 3 to the power 1, that means 2 to the power 6 by 3 to the power 7. Okay, so this is the this is the highest value because the denominator is the same and numerator is maximum here. So D option is the correct one. Okay, let's see the next set of the question now. Okay, thank you. So let's solve this set now. So going by the dash, that many hands make light work, many hands make light work, many hands make light work, the school dash involved all the student in the task. So here if you put this pal one, principal, I call it principal, why? So that it makes me remember this one, this means the laws, siddhant, this means siddhant. What do I mean by siddhant? Laws, you can think laws, law. Okay, and this means the principal, or you can say headmaster. So I call, oh, not this one, sorry, the pal one, this pal one, principal one, that means headmaster or principal. So pal is the word that is used for a guy. What are you doing, pal? Have you heard those terms, pal? So it makes me remember that ple ones mean siddhant and pal means the headmaster, so that's why I call it principal. Okay, so tell me what should be coming in the first bracket and what should be coming in the other bracket. The school principal, right? Principal. And in first one, by going by the principle, siddhant or law, that many hands make light work. If you are working together, the work will be less. So yeah, that's the thing. So first is a law. We shouldn't say law, just a synonym I am trying to bring. It's a like moral law, you can say it is a moral law. So principal, PRINCIPLE, and in the next one PAL. Okay, so that's how I remember. So just a trick I told you. So principal, so A option will be there. Now her dash, now I don't know the meaning of this equality, so still I will solve this problem. How will I solve it? And let's see. Her dash should not be confused with miserliness. I can get a slight meaning of that because I know the meaning of miserable. Miserable means dayaniya, the one who is poor. Miserable, I know the meaning of miserable now. So her dash should not be confused with her miscellaneous. She is ever willing to assist those in need. So she is the one who will not help you when you are in need. Okay, and she looks like a miserable fellow. She looks like a miserable fellow, but she is not really a miserable fellow. So they are like talking about something money. Like she is not miserable, but she acts like a miserable person. So her dash should not be confused with her miserliness. Okay. So her greatness, she is not great because she is ever willing to help those in need. So she is not great. Punctuality doesn't make any sense. Punctuality, right? Her punctuality should not be confused with her miserliness. And she is not ever willing to help those in need, there cannot be anything positive about it. So punctuality or cleanliness cannot be there. So all these cannot be there. So frugality will be there. Are you getting my point? And frugality means conjuice. Conjuice. You must have heard that term, conjuice. The one who is having enough money but they don't spend much. So these guys are known conjuice. Okay. So her frugality should not be confused with her miserliness. So she acts as if she is miserable, but she is not. She has enough money, and she will never help someone who is in need. Okay. So greatness, punctuality, cleanliness cannot be there. The one who is showing a negative meaning about her, that would be coming. So all these shows the positive meaning: greatness, punctuality, cleanliness. These are positive meanings, but here the negative meaning would come. Okay. So C would be the option. Let's move on to the next problem. Now this is a good problem. They are saying that 7 minutes, 7 machine would take 7 minutes to make 7 identical toys. So seven machine are doing work for 7 minutes. That means total 49 minutes of work is done. 49 minutes of work is done. Right? Total 49 minutes of work is done. 7 machines are working for 7 minutes. That means total 49 minutes of work is done. And in this work, you make 7 toys. So 47 toys take 49 minutes. So one toy will take how much time? One toy will take 7 minutes. So 7 minutes of work will help you make one toy. 7 मिनट में एक खिलौना बना दोगे. Okay. Now 100 machines are working and you need to make 100 toys. So for 100 toys, how much time you need? You need 700 minutes. Right? For 100 toys, you need 700 minutes. So 700 minutes of work you need. 700 minutes of work you need. And there are 100 machines. 100 machines are there. And each machine is working for how much time? X minute. So X would be 7 minutes only. Are you getting my point? Don't remember any formula or anything. Don't take stress of any formula. You take stress of formula, you will forget important things. Okay. So 100 machines are working. If each work for 7 minutes, that means 700 minutes of work is done. And this is what you require. 7 machines work for 7 minutes. That means 49 minutes of work is done. And 49 minutes of work is required to make 7 toys. One toy will take 7 minutes. 100 toy will take 700 minutes. Now you need to get 100 minutes. You have 100 machines. You need only 7 minutes so that all 100 machines will work for 7 minutes and 700 minutes of work is done. So X would be 7 minutes. That's it. Answer would be B. Let's move on to the next problem. Yeah, this one is very good. Fourth problem is very good problem. This section was easier but a bit lengthy, I would say. It was easy but a bit lengthy. A rectangle becomes a square when its length and breadth are reduced by 10 meter and 5 meter respectively. Okay. So let's assume there was this rectangle was there. Okay. Length and breadth there. So breadth was X and length was Y. Okay. Now length is reduced by 10 meter. Sorry, length is Y, no. So Y is reduced by 10 meter and X is reduced by 5 meter. Breadth is reduced by 5 meter. Then it would become a square. Okay. It is given that it would become a square. So for square, sides are equal, right? For square, sides are equal. So it would become a square. It would become like this. If you subtract 5 from here, actually this doesn't look like that. You should make this as Y, this as X. Okay. This as Y, this as X. So if you subtract 5 from Y and 10 from X, it would become a square. Okay, from length you are subtracting, so this would be equal, right? X minus 10 would be equals to y minus 5. X minus 10 would be equals to y minus 5. During this process, the rectangle loses 650 meter square area. So what was the area here? Area here was xy, and area here is x minus 10 into y minus 5. This is equation 1. So they lose 650 meter square area. What is the area of original rectangle in square meter? So this was original rectangle. You need to find the value of x into y. So you have this equation, and you have one more equation, that is x minus 10 into y minus 5, or I should write, it is losing the area 650 meter. So initial area was xy, now the area has become x minus 10 into y minus 5. So that is equals to 650. How did I write that? This is equation 2. How did I write this? Initial area minus final area is 650 because it has lost the area 650 meter square. So xy minus 5x minus 10y plus 50 is equals to 650, right? So it would become 5x plus 10y is equals to 700, right? This 5x plus 10y minus 50 is equals to 700. This would become equation 3. So you have one equation, that is x minus y is equals to 5. That would go here. This, from this equation you get x minus y is equals to 5. Yeah, so you have one equation, that is x minus y is equals to 5. X minus y is equals to 5. And the other equation you have 5x plus 10y is equals to 5x plus 10y is equals to 700, right? Yeah, so these equations you are having. So if you multiply this one by 5, you get 5x minus 5y is equals to 25, and 5x plus 10y is equals to 700. You can subtract 2, you can subtract 1 from 2. From there you will get 15y is equals to 675, right? Then you need calculator. 675 by 15, yeah, 675 you get, and by 15 you get y value equals to 45, and if y is 45, that means x is 50, right? And what did they ask? The actual area. So area, that was x into y, 45 into 50, that would be 2250. The answer would be P. That's how you need to solve. It would take some time of calculation by solving this, and it will give you only 1 mark. So yeah, it was 1 mark question only, no? Yeah, it was 1 mark question only. So kind of lengthy question it was. Let's move on to this question. Will you do any method? Like, will you assume any value x 10x plus y like that? No, you don't need to do, because you have option. Okay, the sum of the digit is 9. 6 plus 3 is 9, 7 plus 2 is 9, 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 plus 0 is 9. Okay, we can't conclude anything from that. If 45 is subtracted from the number, its digits are interchanged. If you subtract 63 minus 45, if you subtract 45 from this, 63 minus 45 will give you 18. 18, not the final answer. If you subtract 45 minus 45 from 72, 72 minus 45, 72 minus 45, 52 minus 45, it will give you 27. Yeah, digits are interchanged. This is the answer. That's it. Okay, move on to the next problem. A number consists of 2 digit. Okay, this has been already solved. Already solved. Okay, now this one, sixth one. Uh, the for integer a, b, and c, what will be the minimum maximum value respectively of a plus b plus c if log a plus log b plus log bc is equal to 0. So from here you can say log mod of a into log mod of b into log mod of c is equals to 0. That means mod of a into mod of b into mod of c is equals to 1, because this was in log, so this has to be 1. Now what you can think, you need to make 1, right? You need to make mode of A into mode of B into mode of C equals to 1, right? So you can put A is equals to B is equals to C is equals to 1. That would make A plus B plus C is equals to 3. Look, the maximum value given here is 3 and the minimum value given here is minus 3. Now someone will say, what if I had put A equals to 3, B equals to 1 by 3 and C equals to 1? Okay, someone will say I could have done something like this. I would put A equals to 3, B equals to 1 by 3 and C equals to 1. What would be my A plus B plus C? My A plus B plus C would be 4 plus 1 by 3. So it would be 13 by 3, which is greater than 3. So my answer is 13 by 3. But you have to take from the given option only. From the given option, or integer also is given. So this cannot be the possible case. So only possible case is taking 1, 1, 1. So A should be equals to 1, B equals to 1 and C equals to 1. So you get A plus B equals to 3. And what if your A was minus 1, B was minus 1, C was also minus 1. So if you put minus 1 here, it would become 1. If you put minus 1 here, it would also become 1. If you put minus 1 here, it would also become 1. So the multiplication would be 1 only. So here your A plus B plus C would be minus 3. So minimum is minus 3, maximum is 3. So option is A. Now, in these kind of questions, sometimes we get confused. People will think there is something complex because this question is coming for 2 number. So there has to be something complex. So they will think a lot of, but it is a very straightforward question. But they will start thinking a lot of things. Right? That question should be complex. There would be something else. But no, there is nothing. Minus 3 and 3. That's the final answer. Okay. Let's solve this question. A and B are integers. A plus this number is odd. So which of the following sentence is correct? Okay. Don't think any concept. Don't think of any concept. We will just solve by the equation. So A and B are integer and A plus A square B cube is odd. Okay. So let's take first option. A and B both are odd. Put A equals to 1, B equals to 3. They are not saying A is not equals to B. So you can put equal value as well. I will put B equals to 1 only. A equals to 1, B equals to 1. So what you are getting? 1 plus 1 square is 1. 1 cube is 1. 2. Is that odd? No, that's even. Wrong. You need odd. Okay, let's see option B. A and B both are even. A equals to B equals to 2. You put. Okay. So 2 plus 2 square into 2 cube. What you get? 2 plus 2 to the power 5. That is 32. 34. Is that odd? No, this is even. Answer is wrong. Let's see the option C. A is even, B is odd. A equals to 2, B is equals to 1. Put 2 plus 2 square 1 cube. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 you are getting. Is that odd? No, that's even. Did I do that correctly? Yeah, I did that correctly. Let's see the option D. A is odd, that means A is 1, B is even, B is 2. So 1 plus 1 square into 2 cube. That would make 9. Is that odd? Yes, it is odd. That is the correct answer. Answer is D. That's it. These kind of questions should be solved by the option only. You don't need to think any formula. You don't need to think of any concept. Just solve by the options. This is a very good question. Very, very good question actually. So from the time the front of a train enters a platform, it takes 25 seconds for the back of the train to leave the platform. Okay. Let's assume this is my platform. This is my platform. This is my platform. And somewhere like this is my train. Okay, this is my train. This is my train. And train has a length of T. Okay, and the platform has a length of D. So it takes 25 seconds for the back of the train to leave the platform. Sorry, it takes from the time the front of the train enters the platform. This part is entering the platform, and it takes 25 seconds for the back of the platform to leave the platform. So now the train is somewhere here. So back of the train has left the platform. So tell me, what is the length covered by the train? This was the starting of the platform. The train came here. You can see it. Yeah. Now you can see it. This is black. Yeah, the green one you can see. The train came here. Then it covered the platform. And from here it left. So it covered the distance D. Also the front tire also left. So it also covered the length of the train as well. What was the length covered by the front tire? Tell me. Front tire came from here. It covered the complete platform length D, and also it worked more. It worked more for length of train as well. So D plus L it covered. D plus T. D plus T. So length covered in 25 seconds. That is D plus T. So length covered in 25 seconds is D plus T. Speed was 54 kilometer per hour. I need to change it to meter per second. That would be 54 into 5 by 18. Okay, if you multiply by 5 by 18, it will be converted into meter per second. So it would be open 15 meter per second. So in 1 second it walks 15 meter. So what is the length covered? So D plus T would be, in 1 second it walks 15 meter. In 25 seconds it would have walked 25 into 15. 25 into 15. It would have walked 375 meter. Or I can write 25 into 15. That would be 375 meter. Okay, this is equation 1. Now the second thing, at the same speed, they are working with the same speed, 54 kilometer per hour. Okay, this speed they are working. It takes 14 seconds to pass a man running at 9 kilometer per hour in the same direction as the train. Okay, let's understand a scenario. Let's assume I am walking with the speed of 2 kilometer per second. Okay, I am walking with the speed of 2 kilometer per second, and you are beside me also walking with the speed of 2 kilometers per second. We started from the same point. We are walking 2 kilometers per second together. So what you will feel? You will feel that I am stable. You will feel that I am not moving because we are walking with the same speed, right? Every time if I look at you, you will look at me. You will see my face. Are you getting my point? So our speed will be 0. If this is a guy A that is going 2 kilometers per hour in this direction, and the same guy is going for 2 kilometers per hour in this direction, so both will feel that their speed is 0, right? Now let's assume you are walking with 3 kilometers per hour and I am walking with 2 kilometers per hour. From here you are walking with 3 kilometers per hour and I am walking with 2 kilometers per hour. What you will feel? You will feel that you are walking with 1 kilometer per hour. You yourself. You are walking with 3 kilometers per hour. I am walking with 2 kilometers per hour. Right? So after 1 hour, you have reached 3 kilometers. After 1 hour, you have reached 3 kilometers. And after 1 hour, I have reached 2 kilometers. What you will feel? You will feel that at starting, we both were together. Now I am 1 kilometer ahead of him. I am 1 kilometer ahead of him. That means in 1 hour, I have walked 1 kilometer only. So if we are walking in the same direction, what you will do? You will change the direction of my speed in this direction and you will get your relative speed. That would be 1 kilometer per hour. So we are walking in the same direction. You are going with 3. I am going 2 in the same direction. So 3 minus 2, 1 kilometer per hour is your relative speed. Are you getting my point? Now, similarly, if you were working with 3 kilometer per hour in this direction and I was working with 2 kilometer per hour in this direction. So what do you think? What will be your relative speed? You are going 3 kilometer in this direction. In 1 hour, you would have reached 3 kilometer here in this direction. In 1 hour, I would have reached 2 kilometer here in this direction. So I would have been here and you would have been here. What you would think? I have walked 5 kilometer, right? So your relative speed would have been 5 kilometer per hour, right? So 3 kilometer here, 2 kilometer here. Change the direction of this speed. 3 plus 2, 5 kilometer. So relative speed is 5 kilometer per hour. Okay. Now let's check a point. That is, now our train is running at 54 kilometer per hour. And the guy is running at 9 kilometer per hour in the same direction. 9 kilometer per hour. Now what this guy will think? What this guy will think about the speed of the train? This is train. This is that man. So what this man will think about the speed of the train? He will think that the train is walking with 54 minus 9. That means 45 kilometer per hour. Are you getting my point? The guy will think that the train is walking with 45 kilometer per hour because he already is walking with 9 kilometer per hour and the train is going with 54 kilometer per hour. So relative speed of train would be 54 minus 9. So relative speed of train is 45 kilometer per hour, right? So the relative speed of train is 45 kilometer per hour or 45 into 5 by 18. 5 into 5 by 18. That would be 12.5 meter per second. Now, in 14 seconds, it has passed the man. Okay, I think I need to add a page. What is happening? So this train is running with 12.5 meter per second. 12.5 meter per second. Okay, this is not my train. My train is this. My train is this. This is my train, which is running at, the length of my train is t, which is running at 12.5 meter per second. And the guy is standing here. This is the guy. This is the guy which is standing here. The man is standing here. Now, it crossed the man in 14 seconds. It crossed the man in 14 seconds. So, the front tire was here at some time. At let's assume at t equals to t1 it was here. And after t equals to t1, the train completely crossed it. That means after that t1 plus 14 seconds, right? T1 plus 14 seconds. So t1 plus 14 seconds. So at time t1 plus 14 seconds, the train was here. The guy was standing here. The train, at this point, the train crossed the guy, started crossing the guy. After t1 plus 14 seconds, it has completely crossed the guy. So how in 14 seconds, how much the train traveled? In 14 seconds, in 14 seconds, the train traveled for 12.5 into 14. 12.5 into 14. That means 175 meter. The train traveled for 175 meter. That is equal to the length of the train. Length of the train. Okay. The guy was standing here. The train came and crossed the guy. The train came here and crossed the guy in 14 seconds. So how much length the train covered? Equals to the length of its own. So the length of train was t. The length of train was t. In 14 seconds, it covered its own length. But the speed was now 12.5 meter per second, not 15 meter per second. Why so? Because guy was also running. The guy was not standing still. He was also running. The speed became 12.5. And 12.5 into 14. It took 14. That why I am writing meter second. 175 meter. Okay. So the length of train was 175 meter. And the length of platform would have been 375 minus 175. 375 minus 175, that would be 200 meter. 175 and 200. Option D is correct. This was a good question. I hope you understood it completely. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Again, the graph equation, which I have already told you. So you have to check the equation of graph. First, check for 0. At x equals to 0, your y should be 0. Here, if you put x equals to 0, you are getting y equals to minus 1. If you put x equals to 0, you are getting y equals to minus 1. This cannot be an option. If you put x equals to 0, you are getting y equals to 0. This can be one of the option. If you put x equals to 0, you are getting y equals to 0. This can be one of the option. If you put x equals to 0, you are getting y equals to 0. This can be one of the option. Let's check for x equals to 2. If you put x equals to, this is already cut. If you put x equals to 2, you are getting 2 plus 1, 3, 3 minus 1, 2. If you put x equals to 2 here, you are getting 2. But here you are getting 0. This is wrong. If you put x equals to 2 here, you are getting 0. So this can be one of the option. If you put x equals to 2 here, you are getting 0. So this can be one of the option. So these two are left now. Let's check for x equals to minus 2. If you put x equals to minus 2, you are getting 0 here. But if you put x equals to minus 2, you are getting minus 2 minus 1, that would be 3. 3 minus 1, that would be 2. So this cannot be the option. Do you understand the meaning of mode? Mode of 5 will be 5. Mode of minus 3 will be 3. So if I am putting minus 2 here, that would be mode of minus 3. That would make 3 minus 1 and then mode. So 3 minus 1, that would be 2. So that cannot be the option because at x equals to minus 2, y should be 0. So B is the final answer. Okay. So B is my final answer. Now this is 10th question, very easy. So this was the paper where a good guy on a good day will score 15 out of 15 in aptitude in these kind of question paper. Okay, the easy one we saw where there was many complex problem based on English comprehension. So that English comprehension is not that easy to fetch 2 marks. Even in my examination while instrumentation engineering, I also sold 2.66. I also got negative marks in aptitude. Not complete negative, like I got one of the question of 2 marks wrong. That was based on English comprehension only. These English comprehension questions should be solved with full patience. I did not know before my examination. I solved it very fastly. So that was wrong for my side. Okay. Yeah. So these should be solved with full attention. I did not put the mic. I don't know how the sound came. Okay. Okay. Let's see this question. So some roses are red. So this is based on that Venn diagram only. Some roses are red. These are roses and some of them are red. Some of them are red. Some of them are red. Okay. Before going to the third option, you can see that if one is true, second is false, then third is false. One is true, second is false, then third is true. One and two are true, one and two are false. So they are talking about one and two only. Okay. So let's assume one and two both are true. Some roses are red and all red flowers fade quickly. So all red, some roses are red, some roses are red, and all red flowers. So all red flowers, they would have been red only. They fade quickly. So this would be the Venn diagram. All red flowers. So this would cover up at least red portion. So all red flowers fade quickly. Red flowers fade quickly. So now if both 1 and 2 are true, if these two are true, then some roses fade quickly. Yeah, some roses fade quickly. This portion is coming. Some roses fade quickly. If 1 and 2 are true, then third is true. So what is the option? C. Okay. And let's check for another one. If 1 is true, 2 is false. 2 is false means all red flowers doesn't fade quickly. That means all red flower doesn't fade quickly. That means this can be my possible case. All red flowers doesn't fade quickly. That means this can be one of the case. Only a few red flowers fade quickly. So that would be rose, that would be red, and that would be fade quickly. Only a few ones will fade quickly. So now the third option, some roses fade quickly. There is no intersection between rose and fade quickly. No intersection. So the third option would have been wrong. Okay. If one is true, second is false, then not necessary the third would be true. Not necessary. Okay. Like this could have been the case, or this also could have been the case. That some some red flowers fade quickly. Some red flowers are fading quickly. Here, some red flowers are fading quickly. But also roses are fading quickly. So third can be true as well or false as well. So you can't make a comment. So forget about all these two options. Only third is the correct. Okay. Yeah. So let's see one more set. That would be the last set. Okay. So let's see this question. Since you have gone off blank, the blank sand is likely to damage the car. So let's think about this bracket. So there are two options: coarse sand or coarse sand, or coarse sand. So which coarse should come? This one. Why? Because this coarse means khurdara. Khurdara. Have you heard the term plump sand? In 6th or 7th class of SST, in geography we used to study this coarse sand, khurdari mitti, plump sand. Okay, and this coarse means like coarse. Some course like gate course have all these things. Okay, and here it is saying since you have gone off the course. So there is a phrase going off the course. That means you are going off the track. Okay, you are going off the track. So you are supposed to drive in a particular direction, but you are going off the track now. So the coarse sand has the capability to damage the car. Okay, so first this course will come and then secondly this course will come. But these kind of questions are confusing in the exam. I would suggest to drop these kind of questions. If I had been the student, I would have dropped it. Since I already know the answer, then I can comment on it. Okay, that's the reality. If I had been the student, I would be dropping these kind of questions. Okay, let's move on to the other one. This I would have attempted in the exam for sure. So here they are saying that the common misconceptions among the writers is that sentence structure mirrors thought. Okay, so the misconception is that as per your structure, your thoughts will be reflected. As per the structure of your sentence, as per the structure of your sentence, your thoughts will be reflected. So this is the misconception amongst the writer. So the misconception is that if you make the sentence more complex, your thoughts will be more powerful. This is the misconception. So let's read the second line. The more blank the structure, the more complicated the ideas. So they are saying that if you make your structure more what? Simple. If your sentence structure is detailed, the ideas will be complicated. If the sentence structure is detailed, the idea will be complicated. No. If the sentence structure is simple, idea will be complicated. No. If the sentence structure is clear, idea will be complicated. No. Now three options are cancelled, right? So final option will be this. Convoluted means complex only. Okay, this is just a synonym of complex. So if the sentence structure is complex, then the ideas will be complicated. That's it. Okay, very easy question. Clear, detailed, simple cannot be there, so only convoluted will come. Let's see this question, simple mathematics one. So it is given that it is 0 for x equals to minus 2, 0 or 3. That means f of minus 2 is equals to f of 0 is equals to f of 3, that is equals to 0. So now for which f of x minus 3 is equals to 0? So you have to put the values of x. So if you put x equals to 1 here, let's see this option. If you put x equals to 1 here, it will become 1 minus 3, that means f of minus 2. If you put x equals to 3 here, it will become 3 minus 3, that means f of 0. If you put 6 here, it will become f of 6 minus 3, f of 3. So all these are equals to 0. F of minus 2, f of 0, f of 3. 0, 0, 0. So D. For what values of k given below is, this one is an integer. Okay. So you put all these values 4, 8, 18, 28, 26, 16 and see if these are coming integers. So I already know the answer, so I will put the option C only. Okay. So let's put the value of k equals to 4. So if you put k equals to 4, it will become 4 plus 2 whole square upon 4 minus 3, 36. That is an integer. Put k equals to 8. 8 plus 2, 10 whole square divided by 8 minus 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. 10 whole square by 5. 100 by 5, 20. Put k equals to 28. So 28 plus 30. Put 28 plus 2. Divide by 25. So 30 into 30 by 25. So we have to divide it. Let me bring my calculator. So it is becoming 36. So all these are integers. Okay. So option C is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next problem. So function f and g are defined. Okay. Function f and g are defined. You have to find the value of this thing. G f13 G13 G f13. What is f13? F13 a minus b whole square. Fab is a minus b whole square. So 1 minus 3 whole square. That means 4. What is G13? G13 is the subtraction and the module then mode of that. So 1 minus 3, that will be 2. Now what will be G42? That will be 4 minus 2. That means 2 only. Very simple question based on functions. Okay. So first 1 3, 1 minus 3, 2, 2 square 4. This would be 1 3. That would be 2. 4 2 would be 2 only. Okay. Let's move on to the next problem. An email password contains 3 characters. Okay. 3 characters are there. The password has to contain one numeral from 0 to 10, one uppercase and one lowercase English character. Okay. How many distinct passwords are possible? So 0 to 9, there are 10 possibilities. Uppercase letter, there are also uppercase letter, there are 26, and lowercase letter, there are also 26 opportunities. So let's assume here we have 10 possibilities, here we have 26, here also we have 26, but the position is not fixed, they can interchange. So you will multiply with 3 factorial. So 10 into 26 into 26 into 6, that would be our answer. 10 possibilities, 26, 26, but they can also interchange their positions. So you have to permute them. So into 3 factorial. So 26 square into 3 into 10. Wait a minute. Into 26 into 3 into 2 into 10. Yeah. So C answer is there. C answer is there. Let's move on to the next problem. Okay, if you are solving this problem, this one, there are no option correct. Okay, so some E option will be there. Like some of the guys solve the problem by pausing the video. So that's why I am telling beforehand. So let's solve this problem. In a certain code AMCF is written as EQGJ and NKUF is written as ROYJ. From here to here if you are coming, so B, C, D, 3 letters from here to here you are coming, M, N, O, P, Q. So 3 letter difference is there. So DHLP. So from here to here you go, E, F, G. So first letter will be H. So only one option is there where first letter is H. So option C is the correct. Okay, no need to check next one. For one of the thing you can check. For M you can check like N, O, P, Q. So 3 letter difference is there. K, L, M, N. 3 letter difference is there. So H, I, J, K, L. L should be the second option. Yeah. So that is the second one. So H, L, P, T will be the final answer. Let's solve this one. Okay, no need to. I can erase this one. So let's solve this question. So in a class there are 12 children, has 2 more boys than girl. So 12 are there. So 2 more boys than girl. That means it has to be 7 boys and 5 girls. Or you can think that girls are X. So boys will be X plus 2 and that will be equals to 2, 12. So X will be 5. That means girls are 5 and boys are 7. So 7 boys and 5 girls. Okay, a group of 3 children has to be randomly picked from this class to accompany the teacher on a field trip. What is the probability that group accompanying the teacher contains more girls than boys? Okay. So from 12 children you are picking 3 children. So from 12 to 3, 12C3. Okay. Now, what is the probability that group accompanying the teacher contains more girls than boys? So girls has to be more than boys. So it can be that there are 2 girls and 1 boy. There are 3 girls and 0 boy. Is there any other option? 1 girl, 2 boy? No. 0 girl, 3 boy? No. So only this option is there. 2 girls, 1 boy, 3 girls, 0 boys. So from 5 girls you need to pick. So here 2 possibilities. If you are picking 2 girls, then there should be 1 boy. And if you are picking 3 girls, from there should be 0 boys. Okay, so 5C2 into 7C1 plus 5C3 into 7C0. So what is the value of 5C2? That would be 10. 10 into 7. Right, 5C2 will be 5 into 4, 20, 20 by 2, 10. 5C3 will be the same as 5C2 only. So that would be 10 only. Plus 1. 12C3, what will be 12C3? 12 into 11 into 10 divided by 3 factorial, that would be 6. So that would be 220. So answer would be 80 by 220, 8 by 22, that means 4 by 8 by 22, that means 4 by 11. 4 by 11. Answer would be 4 by 11. Okay, so this would be the answer. 8 by 22 or 4 by 11. Okay, so this will be the answer. Let's move on to the next problem. So this is a very good problem. So a designer uses marble of 4 different colors for his design. The cost of each marble is same. Cost of each marble is same, irrespective of the color. So blue also has the same value. Black also has the same cost. Red also has the same cost, and yellow also has the same cost. The table below shows the percentage of marble of each color used in current design. That means if you are using 100 marbles, 40 will be blue, 25 will be black, 20 will be red, and 15 will be yellow. The cost of each marble is increased by 25%. Therefore, the designer decided to reduce equal number of marbles from each of the color to keep the total cost unchanged. What is the percentage of blue marble in the new design? Okay, so let's assume one thing. Initially, there were 100 marbles, because you just need to find the ratio. That means you just need to find the percentage, so you can assume anything. Initially there were 100 marbles and each marble cost 1 rupee. Each marble cost 1 rupee. So total cost would be that would be 100 rupees, right? Total cost would be 100 rupees. So how many blue marbles were there? 40. How many black marbles were there? 35. Number of marbles. Blue were 40, black were 35, red were 20, and yellow were 15. Right? Now what is happening? The cost of each marble is increased by 15%, 25%. So first these 40 marble cost you 40 rupees. Now the cost for each marble is increased by 25%. That means initially the total cost was 100 rupees. Now the total cost would become total cost. Now total cost, that would become, it is increased by 25%. So that would become 125 rupees. Well and good, 125. So now 100 marbles cost you 125 rupees. Now what is saying, the cost of this is increased. Therefore the designer decided to reduce equal number of marbles of each color to keep the total cost unchanged. So basically 100 marbles are, so what you need, total cost should be unchanged. Total cost should be unchanged. That means total cost should be 100. Total cost should be 100. So in 125 rupees, you get 100 marbles. In 1 rupee, how many marble you will get? 100 by 125. And in 100 rupees, how many marble you will get? 100 by 125 into 100. Right? 100 by 125. So that would be 80 marbles. So now each marble cost you 1.25 rupees. So you can afford only 80 marbles, so that your total cost is 100 rupees. Did you understand this point? Each marble cost you 1.25 rupees. Each marble cost you, initially it was costing you 1 rupee. Each marble was costing you 1 rupee. Now each marble cost you 1.25 rupees. But you have only 100 rupees with you. So how many marbles you can purchase? 80 marbles, right? Because 80 into 1.25. 80 into 1.25. Each marble is costing you 1.25 rupees. And you have only 100 rupees. So 80 into 1.25, that would be 100. Okay. So only you have 80 marbles. So initially you had 100 marbles. Initially you had 100 marbles. Now you have 80 marbles only. So you lost how many marbles? You lost 20 marbles. And he is reducing equal number of marbles for each color. Equal number of marbles. Okay. So you have reduced 20 marbles. You have lost 20 marbles. That means from all these 4 colors, 5 marbles should have been reduced, right? 5 from blue, 5 from black, 5 from red, and 5 from yellow. Where is my pen? Yeah. So new number of marbles. Blue, black, red, and yellow. Red and yellow. Blue was 40. So 40 minus 5, 35. Black was 25 minus 5, 20. 20 minus 5, 15. 15 minus 5, 10. Yeah. So what is the percentage of blue marbles? Percentage of blue marbles. Percentage of blue marble would be 35 by 80 into 100. 35 by 80. 80 into 100. 43.75%. The answer would be C. Did you understand the question? There were 100 marbles. Blue was 40, black 25, red 20, and yellow 15. Each cost you 1 rupee. So total cost was rupees 100. Now price of each marble has increased to 25%. But your salary is the same. You have 100 rupees only. So initially you had 100 marbles and you could get that in 100 rupees. Now you have only 80 marbles left with you because each cost you 1.25 rupees. So 80 into 1.25, that means 100. So 80 into 1.25 is equals to 100. That means you can only afford 80 marbles. So now you have to reduce some marbles from each of the color, right? So initially you had 100 marbles, now you have 80 marbles. That means you lost 20 marbles. So from each of the color you are reducing some of the marbles. So from blue you reduce 5, black you reduce 5, from red you reduce 5, and from yellow you reduce 5. So blue becomes 35, black becomes 20, red becomes 15, and yellow becomes 10. So the percentage of blue marble would be 35 by 18, 80 into 100. 43.75. Very good question. This one is also a very good question. Okay. So now PQRS crossed a lake in a boat that can hold a maximum of 2 persons with only one set of oars. What are oars? Let's assume this is a boat. So there are two paddle, I can say. So there are these two kind of these things, no, from where you row the boat. What do you mean by row the boat? To drive the boat. Okay, to drive the boat, there are two things that are used, right, for the water flow. So like वो पानी को पीछे करते हैं ऐसे, जब वो चलाते हैं तो वो पानी को पीछे करते हैं, बोट प्रोसीड, right? So these are rows, and sorry, these are called oars. So the one set of oars, that means two oars are there, okay, and row, this word will be used, row means the one who is driving the boat or riding the boat or whatever we can say. So he is using the oars to make the boat go ahead. Okay, so this is what is happening. You got the point, right? There is a boat, there are one set of oars. That means there are two oars that can ride the boat. You are in boat and you are riding the boat or driving the boat, whatever you can say. But the word that is used is row. That means the one who is having those oars, he is rowing the boat. Okay, तो बोट में बैठा वो आदमी जिसके पास वो दोनों पतवार कहते हैं, जिसको हिंदी में पतवार, वो दोनों है, वो चला रहा है. So there are four guys, PQRS. Boat can hold maximum of 2 person. Boat can hold maximum of 2 person with only one set of oars. The following additional facts are given. The boat held 2 person on each of the 3 forward trip and 1 person on each of the 2 return trips. Okay, so let's assume this is the lake. So there are 3 forward trips. Look, what was the scene? 1 forward trip, then 1 backward trip, then 1 more forward trip, then 1 backward trip, then 1 more forward trip. So 3 forward and 2 backward. When we are going forward trip, so there were 2 people, and in return trip, there were only 1 person. Okay. P is unable to row when someone else is in the boat. So if P is driving the boat, that means he will be only there, guys. He cannot ride the boat or drive the boat when there is Q, R or S. So P alone can come. That means P cannot, when P is in the forward trip, he cannot row the boat. Are you getting my point? Because in the forward trip, there are 2 people. In forward trip, there are 2 people. So if P is in the forward trip, he cannot row the boat, right? Because there will be 2 people. But if he is returning, while returning, only 1 people will be there in the boat and he can row the boat, because it is written that P is unable to row when someone else is in the boat, and Q is unable to row with anyone except R. So Q has to be in one of the forward trips. Why so? Because if Q is rowing, that means R has to be there in the boat, and each person rowed at least for once. At least once everyone has to row. P, Q, R, S, everyone has to row at least once, and only 1 person can row during a trip. It's not that while going forward or while returning back, 2 people will be rowing a boat. No, only 1 people will be rowing a boat. Okay, so let's see what should happen. So Q will only go with R. So let's assume first we are starting with P and S. So P and S will get into the boat, and S is rowing the boat. So here they have reached. Now P can row the boat only when he is alone. So S will stay here. S has crossed the lake now. Now what will happen? Now P will row the boat. Here P is there. He is rowing the boat. P is rowing the boat now, and he will come here now. Now at this side we are left with P, Q and R. Look, P and S sat in the boat. S was rowing the boat. S stayed there. P again came back while rowing the boat. So P is rowing the boat now. So P is rowing the boat. He came here again. So at this side, you are left with P, Q and R. Now what will happen? Q and R will go. And who will row the boat? Q is unable to row with anyone except R. So R is there. So now Q can row the boat. So Q is rowing the boat. Now what will happen? Q will be left here. Q will be left here. Okay. Now R will come back. R will come back and he will row the boat. R is rowing the boat. He will come back. He is rowing the boat. Now who you are left with? Q is there. So you are left with P and R. Now you are again going. P and R are going here. P and R are going here. So who will row now? P cannot row because P is unable to row when someone else is in the boat. So R will row. So R will row and PR will stay here. So this will be the scenario. So who rowed twice? R. Right? So who rowed twice? R. So were you able to understand the problem? PQRS, 4 guys were there. They had to cross the lake. So forward trip, backward trip, forward trip, backward trip, forward trip. So at least once everyone has to row. P cannot row when someone else is in the boat. Q is unable to row anyone except with R. So QR will be one of our pair. So we put them aside. Then we went with P and S. So first P and S are going. So S is rowing. Initially S is rowing. So S stays there. P can row when he is alone. So P can row when he is alone. So he came back. So at this side we are having now PQR and at this side we have only S. So now Q and R is the pair. So Q and R will go. Q can row now because he is having R with him. So Q is rowing now. Now Q will stay here because if R stays here, then Q has to return back alone. But it cannot happen. Q is unable to row anyone except R. Okay. And if Q is rowing in the forward trip, he cannot come back. Right? R has to come back only because and at least once everyone has to row. So R hasn't rowed yet. Right? Only Q has rowed. R hasn't rowed yet. And if you make R to stay here, he will not get the opportunity to row. So that means he has to come back and he is rowing now. Now at this side we are having P and R. So both will get into the boat, but P cannot row because he has already rowed once, and also one thing is that he cannot row when someone else is in the boat because R is there in the boat. So P cannot row, R will row. So P and R will be here. So all PQRS are here in 5 trips, and who rowed twice? R rowed twice. Okay, so that's the final answer. So we have completed 2018 all PYQs, all the PYQs of GATE 2018. So I hope you will be sharing this video with all your friends, and will help. It will help a lot of people if it reaches to large audience. Okay, so I am expecting a good reach in this video. So let's meet for GATE 2019 PYQs. Okay, thank you.